Has the torch been passed, or is Wladimir Klitschko going to grab it back and continue his extraordinary career? It's scheduled for 12, of course. Joshua coming in at a career heavy at only 250 pounds. That's only a pound heavier than he was in his last fight against Eric Molina, and he's been in the 240s for the last couple of years now. As for Klitschko, well, we saw on the scales, and we've already touched on this, Alex, looking absolutely sensational at 241, and if that's a 41-year-old, he looks better than most guys half his age.
Yeah, he certainly does. He looks fantastic. The conditioning on his back, his arms, his torso, it's absolutely phenomenal for a man of his age, and it just shows you, Nick, how hard he's worked in the build-up to this.
Well, when you've been as champion as long as he has, of course, you're so motivated, but this is territory that he's not particularly used to in recent years. Coming in as the challenger, the underdog.
Yeah, it will be a bit of a shock to the system, but he has been here before. He has experienced most things in boxing. He has had to claw back from defeats before. We've seen him do that with great success. So, to touch on the start of this bout, Nick, the technical aspects here, we're seeing classic Klitschko fencing with his left hand to judge range and distance, which he does unbelievably well. His right hand works as a lever almost, and a good defensive tool. And he'll throw his left hand from low, he'll throw it from the side, he'll throw it from high, just to give Anthony Joshua a lot to think about. And he won't do anything silly early until he knows he has that measure and that reach. He's a very, very, very intelligent boxer. A lot more there's a lot more going on than the eye can see when Wladimir Klitschko is boxing. And you've got to have a very good eye to pick some of these things up.
Some early success with the lead left hand here for Joshua. Heading through down the middle. He's keeping the older man at bay, giving him something to think about as well.
Certainly. You've got to, like you're saying, that you've got to give Klitschko a little bit of that back. You've got to give him plenty of variety with the jab. You cannot be too predictable with Klitschko, too obvious. And I think that Tyson Fury showed that better than anyone. You've really got to give Klitschko lots to think about. If your patterns are typical and your attacks are ponderous or obvious, you're in a lot of trouble, because he'll make you pay so badly.
Terrific footwork and balance. It's one of the things people tend not to talk about with Wladimir Klitschko as well. His footwork has always been exemplary.
Yeah, fantastic. And you don't win Olympic gold medals for being a crude slugger, do you? So
certainly don't. Oh, Klitschko with a fast start here, bringing the right hand into play there. Just caught Joshua. We didn't see much use of the backhand from either man in that range-finding first round. And you can see Joshua looking to get the jab established. He had some success with those jabs that he kind of converted almost into crosses in that first round. But we expected it to be very wary, very tactical. There's no way this was going to be some kind of crude slugfest, as you say. Well, there's that old saying in this game, you get old overnight. No sign of old age about Wladimir Klitschko at all.
Certainly not. You see him again using that left hand as a defensive tool, as a lever, as a measuring tool as well. And he knows what he's doing, Nick. He knows exactly what he's doing here.
And it can be used as well to keep an opponent just at bay and out of range. I mean, he used that so effectively against David Haye, who just never could get anywhere near him. Could he?
No.
Again, it was different with Fury, a totally different experience, because Fury just played such a different game. But Joshua's going to have to make sure he doesn't walk into the David Haye trap here.
And David Haye's a fantastic boxer as well. And he had an absolute nightmare with Klitschko.
So there you go, out of range, and a long way out of range there as well. But that comes with the turf. If you're going up against Wladimir Klitschko, you know you're going to miss a lot. And Joshua moving well early as well here. It's a real thinking man's fight this through the first couple of rounds. Seems like both of them have just said, I'm not even going to bring the backhand in yet. You know, too much respect for the opponent.
Yeah, and fear of being countered as well.
Yes.
But what will happen when it does land by either man? Who will be the first to detonate a huge right hand on the other? And what will the reaction be?
There always used to be questions, and I'm going back in the day with Wladimir now.
Yeah.
You dig into that record a little bit. 3 stoppages. He always had that feeling. You know, Big Brother was one of those guys. You know, you could hit him with everything, and nothing was going to knock him down. But if you could land cleanly on Wladimir, you could get him out of there. And as I say, some guys did. Josh will be thinking, if I can get my right hand landing clean, I can get this fella out of there early. Wladimir Klitschko certainly knows how to protect that weakness, if such it is.
A nice bounce in the step as well. Slappy right hand there for Anthony Joshua.
Klitschko was too good for him defensively there as well.
Yeah. A little bit of weight on the back leg as well. Klitschko taking away a little bit of his actual height, his natural height. Sometimes lays back on the back leg. That, of course, is normally to lure the opposition in so he can come back with a good counter. You almost get the feeling that Anthony Joshua almost has to put them together, Nick, don't you?
Yes.
One punch is just never going to be enough against Wladimir Klitschko, is it?
No.
And you're going to have to give him variety on those combinations as well.
And you're going to have to be patient, because he's going to make you miss a lot, as he did there. You hear the cheers from the back of the arena, but there wasn't much landing there from Joshua.
You've got to try and reserve your energy into the bargain. Not an easy task taking on Wladimir Klitschko. You've got so much to consider. Look at that movement for a 41-year-old that a lot of people were saying was maybe past his best. It looks pretty good to me.
He's always lived the life. He's always been with his brother. Exemplary professionals.
Yeah.
It's the jab that's working, the left hand that's working for Joshua, if anything. Just can't find the right hands at the moment. He's showing that patience that he needs. There's no way you can rush your work against Wladimir Klitschko. If you start rushing things and forcing things, Klitschko can make you look really bad.
Good jab there from Klitschko. Again, Joshua just overreaching a little bit. Not quite getting his timing.
Klitschko's out of there. He's gone, isn't he? He just bounces back.
Yeah.
Wonderful footwork of his.
Has to tuck that chin down, Anthony Joshua, and try and put the combinations together. And he will have to realise that he has to start at long range. The punches have to flow from long to middle to short range. And he has to try and keep punching when he's up close as well. As difficult as that is against Klitschko, who loves to just tangle you up and smother you. He knows where to grip you and how to hold your arms to prevent you from working inside. He's very, very good at that as well. It is a defensive tactic, and it is an effective one that people think is just being used to prevent a fight breaking out, but in fact he's taking a wee bit of energy out yet, and he's using it to his advantage. He's also frustrating you to the point where if you've got a little bit of inexperience there, it can tire you out.
Wladimir, the former champion, the long-time champion.
Oh, good right hand now.
Yeah, this is how he started the second round. It's almost like he thinks they think Jonathan Banks thinks, well, we can catch him cold early. Maybe he doesn't switch on for those first few seconds. Yeah. That had an effect. The one at the start of the second round, I think, just more woke him up than anything, but Joshua felt that one.
Yeah, he sure did. Very accurate, well placed as well. There you see Klitschko taking Joshua's right hand away, extending his left arm and just allowing him to kind of fall into his shoulders there. That'll give Klitschko a little bit of encouragement, knowing that he can land the right hand. Well, we see him try and detonate a few more. It's a good shot from Joshua.
Yeah, he did well there, because the first right hand was blocked. So he then disguised the second one behind a jab as well, and that did, as you say, get through.
Yeah.
First time we've seen Wladimir box in the United Kingdom as a professional. Boxed primarily in Germany, of course. In terms of his title defences, he did have 3 at Madison Square Garden, but 1 in Switzerland.
I'm sure he boxed in the UK before. Has he not boxed in the UK? I'm positive he boxed in London before that.
He may well have done.
Maybe, possibly. Back in the day.
Back in the day. So neither of us can remember that far back.
It's because we're so young.
Oh, he really missed with that right hand there. Klitschko.
Both guys still on that scouting mission. They both have landed reasonably big shots now.
Yeah, it's starting to warm up now, isn't it? It's starting to settle into a bit of a groove.
Klitschko going with the counter there. Trying to time Joshua's jab. See, he's using his left hand to pull Joshua's jab down so he can throw the right hand over the top. And Klitschko likes to do this when someone's on the way in, throwing a jab. He pulls their left hand down with his left hand and he puts his right hand over the top. It's built into his game.
Nod there from Joshua. And he's still struggling to connect cleanly. And so is Klitschko. His defence is on top for both these guys through the early rounds here.
Joshua trying to work inside there, something that Klitschko probably won't do. Looking for the right hand there, Klitschko. Joshua just rolled away. Left him no option but to just pull that shot there. It's a little bit better from Joshua now. Better with the jab there.
All of them. Tough to score thus far.
Good start from Joshua there, Nick. That's what he has to do, combinations.
Well, this is a really positive statement here right at the start of this 5th round from Joshua, who's up there, up the tempo hugely. And Klitschko's probably thinking, whoa, who's this guy?
Yeah. Good start to the round. Let the combinations go nice and quick.
Caught him.
Oh, another good shot.
Trouble here. He's down.
Oh, he's down.
Incredible start.
That's
absolutely amazing. Look at that.
Big marked up as well, Nick.
As well.
Bit blood there. Is that a bit of blood there, Nick, as well?
It is. It's a crisis. It really is. Early in this 5th round as well. Joshua just jumped on him, stung him early. Now, can Klitschko draw on all that experience just to survive this round?
Yeah, he's using his legs. Amazing. Again, testament to his condition. Choosing to dance away rather than tie Joshua up and hold. Missing quite heavily there. Klitschko, it's going to take the steam out of him as well. He doesn't want to fight with Joshua right now.
Yeah, look at him back it up.
Yeah, oh, it's a big left hook, Nick.
Yeah, jumped in with that left hook, didn't he? He jumped in with that one as well. Didn't have so much success this time.
Waving the right uppercut there. I don't think he's got any intentions in throwing it, but he's waving it. Waving it around.
Yeah, he's wily enough. Look at him. He's tying him up, messing about. And I think the moment may have gone here for Joshua.
Yeah, definitely has. And he looks a little bit tired there, Nick. Looks like he's maybe punched himself out a little bit there. He has to wait on his second win now, Joshua, because he's not looking too good here.
And Klitschko is coming back with these jumping left hooks.
Oh, it's a huge right hand from Klitschko. Joshua came back with the left hook, but I think the right hand from Klitschko had more effect. These are jarring, stabbing
another one.
shots.
Joshua's now backing up. Look at this. Klitschko has turned this around completely here in this 5th round. On the floor and bleeding from that left eye, but he is definitely getting through here. And Joshua's looking really heavy-legged here.
Exhausted.
My goodness me. What a dramatic 5th round this is. Joshua started off with a bang, but he couldn't get Klitschko out of there. Now it's the Ukrainian who's on top and in the driving seat. And now it's Joshua looking to hold.
Yeah, Joshua needs to get a second win here.
And it's Klitschko that's coming on strong. A complete turnaround, and you can sense it in the arena as well. They were getting ready to celebrate the biggest win of his career, and now Anthony Joshua is hanging on a little bit. A big uppercut getting through there as well. He's absolutely ripped the initiative away from Joshua here, Klitschko. It's an extraordinary response to being floored. Wow, what a round.
Wow.
He looks like he was gassed at the end of that 5th round, and it's Klitschko up on the balls at his feet really early here at the start of round 6. Well, it was a slow burner, but it exploded into life in that last round. And what's going to come now? Round 6. As you say, the important thing is, can Joshua just refuel here?
Yeah. Still looks a little bit on the shaky side, doesn't he?
Still jumping in with those left hooks, Klitschko.
Yeah. Still not quite recovered. I don't think Anthony Joshua yet. This is good. Bottom of it time here. Whether or not that's deliberate or not.
He's in no hurry to get back over there either, is he?
No, he definitely isn't. No.
I don't think he's in good shape at all here, Joshua. Peter Sims puts the gum shield back in. And he just doesn't look quite right here, Joshua. Put a big shift into that 5th round, couldn't get him out of there. Klitschko still standing. He's running away with it in that 5th round.
Yeah.
And Joshua now needs to just press the reset button here.
He really does. He's trying to get a bit zip back in his legs yet, but it's not quite come yet. Oh,
another jolting right hand sends Joshua down. Anthony Joshua floored and hurt here in the 6th round. It's all unraveling for the Watford man. Unbeaten, but now on the brink of defeat.
Wow.
How does he respond to adversity? We've not seen this before. A bit crude leaping in there again from Klitschko, but Joshua in a world of trouble, has to avoid those right hands now. What an extraordinary fight this is becoming.
Unbelievable, Nick. He's going to look to try and land the right hand again here, Klitschko, or that jumping left hook. One or the other. This is 2 pet shots, isn't it?
He can't take any more of those right hands flush. Always been a lethal punch from Wladimir Klitschko. Joshua's got to be smart here. Just ride this round out. Give it up as a 10-8 round. Get back to the corner. And whatever plan B is, put it into effect. Klitschko, though, is thinking, I don't want another round. Get this done right here. Joshua rolls inside. He's protecting himself well from that right hand.
Yeah.
Can Klitschko find it again? Again, the lead left hooks, they don't work. Joshua has done well evasively, but all over the place. Look at that.
Klitschko's not quite letting enough shots go, though, Nick.
He needs to be smarter than that.
Yes, still looking for one shot, really, Klitschko here. A lovely stiff jab there, but he won't put that many combinations together, that's for sure.
So what a gut check this is for Anthony Joshua. Now we find out if he's got the stuff that real champions are made of. Anybody can look good when it's easy, when you knock them and they fall down. What happens when they fall down and get back up again and then put you on the floor? That's never happened to Anthony Joshua. This is uncharted territory for him.
Klitschko tried the left hook again, no luck.
Wow. Amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Round 7. Wladimir Klitschko threatening to turn back the years here against the young upstart Anthony Joshua in this battle of the past and the present in heavyweight champions, both Olympic gold medalists. Now this is a real test of Joshua's legitimacy now as a champion. A legitimacy that's been questioned by some in the business after that win against Charles Martin and the defences against Dominic Breazeale and Eric Molina. Well, his credentials are being checked out thoroughly here by the former champ. And at the moment, Anthony Joshua looks like this is a test he isn't going to pass. It's still Klitschko on the front foot, dictating the tempo here. And Joshua still doesn't look right.
Yeah, but he is managing to evade the majority of Klitschko's quite obvious attacks now. Trying to double and treble up on the left hook. Not got much leverage on those shots, though. It's that right hand that he has to watch for, Nick, and that leaping left hook. Those are the danger shots.
And he mixes them up so well.
Yeah. There he's fencing with the left hand, waving it in front of Joshua's eyes. Trying to keep him almost hypnotised with that hand there. Preoccupy his brain with something else. And then, of course, detonate that left hook. Or that overhand right. jab there again from Klitschko. That jab's working well for him now.
And now Joshua engaging in a bit of chit-chat in there as well. Is that a sign of his confidence returning, or is it a sign of a man trying to play some mind games here? Well, if you want to play mind games with Wladimir Klitschko, good luck with that. He's seen it and heard it all.
Mind games, that is a thing, Nick. I'm not too sure Wladimir will understand.
That's not going to bother him.
It won't bother him at all.
He can recite the entire works of Shakespeare if he wants. He's not going to bother Wladimir Klitschko one little bit.
Good clipping the foot there from Klitschko. Joshua's not finding the mark at all. His shots, even his jab, it doesn't look strong, Nick. It doesn't look strong.
Well, you heard Rob McCracken saying, just get behind that jab, but as you say, it's more just trying to keep Klitschko engaged at the moment rather than do any damage. But I still think he's feeling the effects of that last round. He's just trying to ride this out.
There's
and get
no
his
authority
wins.
at all on Anthony Joshua's punches. There is no authority on them. He's not going to get Klitschko's respect. He's not going to stop him pressing forward, looking for a big shot. Is he just trying to regroup, get his senses together? Good head movement from Anthony Joshua there.
And a good response off the back end of that as well. Made Klitschko miss. Put a combination together.
Yeah.
That's just sending a message. That's just telling your opponent, I'm okay. I'm back in this now. Well, he wanted a no drama round there, Anthony Joshua, which is exactly what he got. And I think Rob McCracken will be a little bit happier about that. If you've got a think tank in there, that's great, but those guys should be making their observations during the rounds.
Yeah.
And if the head trainer then wants to jump in and use some of that, that's great, but you can't be hearing all those voices when you're sat in your stalls, surely.
Not a bad thing for the head trainer sometimes as well, just to ask the assistant trainer if he's got anything to add, and then the head trainer is quiet for a few seconds.
He might have given himself something to build on in that last round, Joshua. He came through quite a crisis there.
Legs look a little bit better as well now.
Yeah, there's more of a bounce about him. Like I say, he was chatting a bit in that last round as well. It looks like he might have weathered that storm. The fifth round was not good for him, despite that early knockdown. The sixth was absolutely terrible, of course. And now that he's got through, looks to me like he's just come out of the other side of that. That could be bad news for Klitschko, who is in such great shape, and there's no denying that, but there's also no denying Father Time. Wladimir Klitschko is 41 years old and doesn't want to be getting dragged into a long, drawn-out, grueling duel here. Not throwing very intelligent punches at the moment either, Wladimir. Telegraphing the big right hand there, and Joshua is seeing them so much better now, slipping inside. Klitschko's still a tough man to tag, though.
Yeah, it's good to see Joshua even go for the right hand, though.
Well, it's a bit more of what we saw in the early rounds from Joshua.
A bit more positive, isn't it?
Yeah, but he's still being forced onto the back foot, which is rare for Joshua. He hasn't spent much time in his career backing up. But then again, he's never met an opponent with this man's class.
Yeah, well, Klitschko's going to beat him at that game all day, Nick, isn't he? The old fencing game. Standing on the outside, pulling arms down, flicking gloves away, scoring jabs. Anthony Joshua wants to be doing what Robert McCracken suggested in the corner, get the combinations off, hands up nice and high, chin down nice and low, and mix the combinations up.
He did well to answer that Klitschko jab, which will allow a really good jab, and Joshua answered it immediately. Well, we settled back into the pattern of the early rounds here, where it's raiding and drawing leads, looking to uncork something.
Yeah, you can't fall into Klitschko's wizard-like ways. He almost puts a trance on you, a spell, gets you right where he wants you. You've got to put it on this guy now.
So the fencing continuing here. We're actually now getting into the territory where you're starting to look at how the judges might be scoring this one. And they both had a 10-8 round, and so many rounds have been close as well. Right now, this one is up for grabs.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Well, we've had one question answered about Anthony Joshua tonight. How would he respond to being floored? I mean, he got hurt in that fight against Dillian Whyte, but he wasn't floored, and he managed to weather that brief storm. But obviously, a very raw Dillian Whyte is no Wladimir Klitschko. Well, Wladimir couldn't put him away, despite putting him down. That tells you something. It's easy to be a bully in this business, isn't it? But when he's coming back at you, how do you respond? And Joshua's responded really well.
Yeah, that's a different ball game altogether. He's been patient. He's taking his time. He's not doing anything that would leave him in a bad spot to get countered.
And Klitschko has been missing a lot with those right hands.
Yeah. It's the smart tactics from Anthony Joshua that we're seeing. Is he almost just trying to allow Klitschko to slowly run out of gas? He's not a young man. Is Anthony Joshua thinking that throughout this whole thing? But still feeling like you've got to put the shots on him a little bit. Can't allow him to box at his own tempo all night.
You know, Alex, just thinking back in the build-up to this one, especially this week, you've had one or two guys out there who should know better that have been saying, this isn't going to be much of a fight. Wladimir Klitschko's washed up.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, you're putting your hands over your head if you were one of those guys. Yeah. If this is washed up, my goodness.
The last time an old champion loses is his power as well.
Oh, lovely right hand getting in there from Joshua. He's picking some nice shots here.
Robert McCracken screaming from over there, asking for combinations.
Going to work to the body there, Joshua.
Start throwing those combinations now. Good shot there from Klitschko, that leaping left hook.
Only 3 fights against British opponents. 3 totally different fights for Wladimir Klitschko as well. Against Hay, just had everything his own way. Against Fury, he couldn't do anything. And this one, oh, that's amazing how quickly this one has just flashed by. Well, we're in the championship rounds now. Joshua, of course, never been this deep. Never been past 7. Didn't think he was going to get past 7 here. When Klitschko had him all over the place, he really has had to suck it up and show some genuine warrior's heart here. I'll take this deep. Now, do the 41-year-old legs still have a bit of spring in their step to get him through the last 3 rounds here, Klitschko? Or is this where youth will have its day over experience? Because I think these next 3 rounds decide the fight. It's so close for me.
Yeah, very, very close.
Again, he's responded well, Joshua, to getting caught, bringing that right-hand counter in over the top.
Oh, he was just a little bit short with that. Klitschko managed to shut down the distance a little bit there. Take that right hand away. Another thing he's very good at. Sensing an attack and closing it down. These tree-like arms, they're massive.
He got in first with the left hand. Inside, a lot of bounce and movement about Klitschko, but doesn't seem to be an awful lot behind those punches from the veteran Ukrainian here.
Getting onto the body there from Joshua.
Yeah, he's landing the better punches, and there's a lot more purchase on them.
Maybe a little bit late in the day, Nick, to be getting the good body shots in there. Want to get those in nice and early. Klitschko's still got a nice bounce in his step.
Klitschko missing again with the right hand. It's been a feature of the second half of this fight, how many times Klitschko has swung that right hand and Joshua has slipped it effortlessly and made him miss. It's been really smart work defensively from Joshua.
Caution from Holden there. The referee to Joshua.
Yeah, overall, it's been a fight that doesn't need a referee, has it?
Not really.
Really hasn't.
So you do single jab there for Joshua. You do get the feeling if he doubled up on that jab like Robert McCracken was asking for earlier, followed by the right hand, it'd be super effective. But Klitschko, again, is so good at shutting down that distance, just marauding your attacks.
There's that right hand that Klitschko's trying to land on again. He's seen it really early, Joshua.
Klitschko's still got a great bounce in his step as well. He's in fantastic condition, isn't he? Oh, both traded right hands there.
Yeah. That was an exchange that could have seen one of them come off really badly.
Yeah.
Looks like they cancelled each other out. But what has been an epic battle so far that's seen both men on the floor, and it's Joshua off to the fast start again, just as he did in the 5th round.
Oh, Klitschko's wobbled, Nick.
He is, he's shaky. He's shaky, look at this. Now, can Joshua sense it, and can Joshua find something else? Rattled, the 41-year-old, right at the start of the round, and Joshua is looking like he's trying to hunt him down here.
He needs to put them together, Nick.
There's Klitschko showing all that experience. Did well to just stay out of harm's way there.
Is youth going to come into play though, Nick?
Well, it is. Can he just keep the pressure on? But don't forget, when he did that in the 5th round, he gassed himself out, Joshua. And he's just taking his time here, looking to measure Klitschko up. But that was a terrific right hand to start this round. And as Klitschko weathered that little crisis. Probing forward there and caught with the left. And forced to tie up. Really good shots here in this 11th round from Joshua. And there's Klitschko going to work.
He's recovered, Nick. You know he's recovered. Bounce back in the legs there.
As soon as that's back. Oh, he won't recover from that. That's a huge uppercut. My goodness me, I thought he was going to go, and he didn't. Massive shot from Joshua. And now Klitschko goes. It was that first uppercut that did the damage. Klitschko down for the 2nd time.
He can't find
all over the place. In a world of trouble. He's on his feet. Now, he's getting a few more seconds here from the referee, but Joshua is on the brink of the biggest win of his career, a big right hand. Now, can Klitschko rally again? Is there anything left? It doesn't look like it. Joshua's going for the finish, and that might just be that. A brutal 2-punch combination. Klitschko down for the 2nd time in the round and looking in serious distress. Will they let this carry on?
They are. They're letting it go on.
Or are they? Well, again, he's been given a lot more time by the referee, but he's in trouble. There's still a long way to go in this round as well. Can Joshua put the exclamation point on his performance tonight and get the stoppage? Klitschko backing up. He's in big trouble. Pinned in the corner here. Can't get free. Joshua unloading, and that'll do it.
Oh!
Absolute relief on the face of Anthony Joshua. He doesn't even have the energy to smile. What a test of his character.
Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing green, official weight 112 kilos. A perfect professional record consisting of 24 fights, 24 victories, including 18 big wins by knockout from Haitian, Lancashire, United Kingdom, the British heavyweight champion, the European heavyweight champion, the WBO international heavyweight champion, the undefeated #1 heavyweight challenger in the world, Tyson. And across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing red and officially weighing in at 111.5 kilos. He captured Olympic gold, and now as a professional, 67 victories, including 54 wins by knockout, only 3 defeats. He's undefeated for 10 years. Fighting out of Kiev, Ukraine, and Hamburg, Germany, the reigning, defending, 3-time unified heavyweight champion of the world, the Weltmeister, Dr. Steel Hammer, Wladimir Klitschko.
Tyson Fury taking his time.
Okay, gentlemen, you both received your instructions in your dressing room. Okay, right here is good, anything below is low. Right here is good, anything below is low. I want a good, clean fight. Obey my commands at all times, above all, protect yourselves at all times. Let's go.
The very experienced Tony Weeks. Light the touch paper. That rare few seconds in sport where we are all tingling with anticipation, the adrenaline flowing, the marvelous unpredictability. The big question, what happens next? It's a career-defining moment of truth for Britain's 26th World Heavyweight title challenger, Tyson Fury. He promises he wins by knockout. He might need to, but this is Wladimir Klitschko's territory, his world in Germany, the 19th defense in his second reign as champion, and he hasn't been beaten for 11.5 years. Crucial, the early seconds, minutes here, Glenn.
Yeah, well, he almost sprinted out of the corner. Tyson Fury, now he's looking for feints and trying to show the champion something. Trying to use his speed on the outside and then trying to establish a jab, but nothing yet, really.
And he started orthodox. Many felt that he'd go for the southpaw stance because of what happened with Wladimir Klitschko being defeated by Corey Sanders so quickly. But it is Klitschko that is trying to get hold of the mid of the ring, get his jab out. Can Fury confuse him, frustrate him early? And what happens when Klitschko lands for the first time?
Well, Klitschko looks quite anxious, quite keen to get in there, doesn't he? He's not normally as aggressive as this. He looks to get the center of the ring, but he's pushing Fury back, trying to get him into a corner or just to get him to stand still.
Upper body movement, trying to open his own jab up with a reach advantage, Fury. And it is normally the jab that is pivotal to Wladimir Klitschko's control of a ring. The jab and the following right hand, and watch out for that left hook too, but Fury is quick here.
Yeah, landed with a good jab there. Pretty much first off to land with a jab. His movement's quite erratic as he moves back though, as he tries to flick that jab from low.
They're getting close. The Fury leans on him and just looks down at Uncle Peter in the corner. His dad, John, at ringside as well. They've been very buoyant. And he's trying to talk to Wladimir Klitschko in there. Tyson Fury, as if to say he's not intimidated.
Well, they did say they were going to try and push him back. He's not managing to do that. He's pretty much on the run. Shoots a glance over at us.
Right hand from Fury.
Stop.
Can he find the Klitschko chin? Not many people have been talking about that. Klitschko floored 11 times in his career, but not for many, many years. His style readjusted by the late great Emmanuel Stewart and honed by Jonathan Banks now in his corner.
Well, it's Fury that's managed to land a couple of jabs and just missing there with the right hand, but he's getting off to a decent enough start. Tyson Fury.
Jab to the stomach as well from Fury. He's got the youth. Has he got the edge in speed? Very interesting opener. And Fury raises his arms aloft. How about that for a start, Carl Froch?
Well, Fury just looked down at me there and said 1-0. I give him a nod because I agree. I mean, he did the right thing. He came straight out to the centre of the ring, and he seemed to just meet Klitschko head on. But then Klitschko took the initiative with his footwork and backed up Fury, and I was a little bit concerned.
He's really fighting timid. He's going to slow down, but you got to keep putting pressure on him and don't foul him.
So listen, watch for that fake double jab. When you get a chance as well, in this round, try what I've told you. Come out, zigzag, do the switch up. Yeah? Remember what I told you? Right? Try that with him. Just come off. It'll put him into his shell a bit. Yeah. Listen, got a grafter's job. Understand? Yeah. Fake everything, keeping him at bay. I tell you what, he's weak as well. Yeah, but watch for the shots.
Look for the right hand.
That's a good get you already.
Right hand is looking for.
Looking for that right. Keep twisting him. Messing him around. Nice and loose.
He's twisting away from the right, says Peter Fury. Jonathan Banks saying that he will slow down in the other corner. Here's the second. Wladimir Klitschko in his traditional red trunks with the white boots, the green and gold of Tyson Fury. If you need any identification, two big mountains of heavyweights.
Well, his work's slightly erratic, isn't it? Fury, he's one way, then the other. He's feinting and moving his head, but he's landing with the jab.
Klitschko trying to get his jab established. Fury coming in lighter than usual at 17-8. Klitschko 17-7. Pretty usual for him and physically perfect. But can Tyson find a style as Klitschko gets closer? Is it all about confusing and frustrating him from the Fury corner at the moment?
Yeah, at the moment, I mean, he's this way and that way. He's trying to lead with jabs and then try and put a big right hand over as Klitschko closes the gap and looks to get his jab working. Very steady, Klitschko looks focused.
Tries a slapping, cuffing right, Fury. Klitschko, his eyes etched with concentration. He's been here so many times before. He's turned back a host of unbeaten challengers. But Fury is big, he's different. And he rushes him and just clips him on the chin there. And he's starting to use mind games as well, Tyson Fury. How's Wladimir Klitschko going to deal with the obstacle in front of him?
Well, he showed good speed, isn't he, in that little sidestep and then lunged in with a right. He's managing to confuse Klitschko in there. Klitschko doesn't know quite what's coming at him with this style of, this jerky style of Fury.
Again, Fury smiles down at his blue corner, trying to get Klitschko out of that rhythm, just flicking his eyes down the ringside. It's a real confident swagger about Tyson Fury. This is his first world title opportunity against a man with the experience, bucket loads of Klitschko.
Yeah, well, he certainly hasn't frozen, has he? He's, you know, he's doing what he has to do at the minute. He's confusing Klitschko in there. He's trying to get his punches off. Neither one are really getting through with a great deal. As he rushes in again, Fury.
Inside the last 20 of the second round. Some people felt Fury would be blown away. Hasn't happened yet. He's got a foothold in this fight, even though it is so early. Slips around. 2 down. How do you score that one, Carl?
That second round was awkward to score, but I don't know, you've got to say Fury is messing it up in there like I wanted him to, and he seemed to be throwing more shots. Klitschko looks to me, I mean, the second round I think was even. First round has to be to Fury just because he's throwing more shots. Klitschko to me looks like he doesn't want to detonate that right hand. It doesn't look settled. He's doing everything right with the feet, he's backing up Fury, but when he's in range, I mean, he's on the back foot here, taking shots, Fury's rushing forward and landing shots, and that's going to unsettle Klitschko, and this round's looking like Fury's in control.
Yeah, he's got to try and panic Klitschko a little bit, because when he has lost, that's what he's done. You know, he becomes uncomfortable, he doesn't quite know how to defend, and that's exactly what Fury's doing.
What a fascinating start to this IBF, IBO, WBO, WBA super heavyweight title defense for Kiev's Wladimir Klitschko, looking for victory number 65 in his stellar career, and Tyson Fury aiming for win number 25 and the big one, and he's turned southpaw for the first time.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the best thing to do against a puncher with the right hand like Wladimir Klitschko. I think he hasn't got to make mistakes. He's got to try and keep it together, Fury.
Well, he's boxing similarly to he normally does, Tyson Fury, albeit at the levels of the Derek Chisorias and the Hammers and the Martin Rogans, John McDermott's. Nothing really to prepare him solely for Wladimir Klitschko, but he's always felt He can get the better of this man. This is the guy he's wanted, no one else but Klitschko.
But he is managing to clown, look around, put his hands behind his back. But the thing is, Klitschko's not doing anything. Klitschko's poised in front of him, but you know he's a bit wary about throwing his right hand and committing himself, which is a surprise.
He's not pulling the trigger, is he, Wladimir Klitschko? He's toying with the jab a bit like he did against Sultan Ibrahimov all those years ago in New York, when Ibrahimov, the southpaw, confused him at times. Klitschko won on points, but it wasn't vintage.
But nothing at all. Klitschko should be doubling up that jab and throwing the right hand, letting the punches go.
I think these tactics here are taking the play away from Klitschko, and he doesn't want to throw punches.
Tentative with the jab, Wladimir Klitschko, but is he just waiting, stalking for the moment that he could detonate a right hand? Fury has been down before. Steve Cunningham did it in New York, and people see him as a blown-up cruiserweight. But at the moment, he can't land on him, Klitschko. And Fury is like one of these wasps that's been flying around the arena tonight. He's buzzing about. He's just not letting Klitschko get settled.
No, he's not, and he's the one, if anybody, that's throwing the punches in this round. Klitschko then tries a left hook, doesn't work.
Tony Weeks will tell him off for that, back of the head. But he'll try anything in there to try and rough him up. Klitschko light on his feet. That's what he looked like he's been working on, to try and pin Fury down into the corners in training up in the Austrian mountains.
A lot of these punches missing. Neither one has done a lot. Klitschko hasn't thrown anything really. He's just got himself in range and out of range without detonating any punches.
Tries the uppercut there, Wladimir Klitschko. Tough one to score again. Not a great deal landing cleanly yet, Carl.
No, there's not. I feel these tactics that Fury's employed really have taken the play away from Klitschko. And it looks to me, and dare I say it, the experience Klitschko's got, I'm surprised. He looks like he doesn't want to let the shots go. And I know what it's like when you're in front of somebody that's messing and moving and being tricky. You just have to jab the shoulder, jab the stomach, get your feet in range, and just try and get the right hand off. Even if it's low, just try and get in range behind the shot. And it's not happening.
Everything he do is go come down here. You protect it when it's right here. As soon as it comes, start shoot a short jab out and go right to the body. That's all you got to do is short jab, short up here, right to the body, and shoot another jab. He's not prepared for this. That's why he just keep moving around.
Jonathan Banks, who has been with Wladimir Klitschko for many years, both under the tutelage of Emmanuel Stewart, and the training camp very similar to the way Manny used to run things. That style that he reinvented for Klitschko after the knockout defeats. And there's a bit more urgency now to the Ukrainian.
Yeah, well, he just hasn't been throwing the punches, has he? So he's not going to hurt Fury if he doesn't hit him. So they want him in the corner to start, letting a few combinations go. And that's what he needs to do. Not just depend on the jab, throw twos and threes.
And the crowd rally to Wladimir Klitschko, who last time out in New York beat Jennings, but a couple of fifth-round stoppages before that against Alexei Leopai and Kubat Pulev. A wonderful left hook finished proceedings there in Hamburg. This is Dusseldorf. This is Klitschko land. It's all there for him, the stage. But can Tyson Fury continue this pretty positive start?
Yeah, it is positive. He's on the back foot, but he knows exactly what he's trying to do. And, what he is doing is making Klitschko stop throwing any punches. So, he's glancing around the ring. He's looking erratic. He's moving his head from side to side. And Klitschko just doesn't know what's going to come.
It's almost though he heard you there, Glenn, what you were saying, because he was almost nodding in appreciation. Stop. I mean, if we thought that he was going to lose that confidence somewhere along the way this week, or even in that ring tonight, no way. But Klitschko still hasn't landed one of his big shots, and that will be the real test, if and when he does.
No, he landed a decent left early in this round, nothing mega, but it was clean. Again, the punches come from different angles, don't they? It's not what Klitschko's used to.
He's up for battle here, Tyson Fury, flicking that jab out. And is the idea, because he was saying in the gloves are off programming and others in the build-up, that it's the old man, that he's the youngster, that it'll make him feel his age somewhere down the stretch in this championship fight.
Well, Klitschko is closing the gap in this one. He's had most success he's had in the fight in this round, Klitschko. But still not getting through with many clean punches.
He's only doing more now, Wladimir Klitschko, as Fury switches stances, flicking out jabs and trying the right hand. How many of these punches are scoring punches from Tyson Fury? That's what the judges obviously have to mark.
Yeah, in this round there's not a lot. He's lunged a few times, but Klitschko's seen them coming.
The clapperboard.
Looked like a right hand landed there at him.
Yep.
He shakes his head. Fury.
Better round for Klitschko.
Well, a much better round, more purposeful there from the champion, Wladimir Klitschko. He came out meaning business there, and he just looked a little bit ruffled from time to time. Tyson Fury, who got caught with the best punch at the end of the round, looked like he walked onto a right hand, which just shook him a bit.
Dominate, Cliff. Don't get in front of you going back like that. Keep turning you. Yeah? How do you feeling now?
All right, yeah. Second zone, please.
All right.
Feel all right? What are you reading to that, Carl?
I just think he's so relaxed, I can't believe what I'm seeing. And these rounds, I can't separate them. There's nothing in it. Klitschko, for me, he's not throwing enough punches. It's as simple as that.
53 knockouts on the Wladimir Klitschko slate. And for Tyson Fury, 18. Most critics predicted some sort of a KO finish, maybe early here. One or two said it would go long. What are you thinking right now, Glenn?
Yeah, well, he hasn't looked unduly worried. He got caught with a little right hand, but took it fine in the last round. He's just got to keep up this good work, keep up the movement. I mean, he's young enough to fight at this sort of pace, to keep moving, to keep coming in and out. Just needs to start landing with a few more punches. He's missing a bit too much.
Yeah, grabbing and holding a bit there, Tyson Fury. Wladimir Klitschko with all the seasoning and experience of these championship distances. There's a cut in there as well. We'll have a look at that right hand from Klitschko. A cut just under the left eye on the cheek for Klitschko. But he landed a shot straight after it. That might give Tyson Fury even more confidence if he needed any already. He is very much in this fight.
Yeah, he's in the fight, but he's just got to be wary of the right hand. Klitschko is now starting to find the range. He's starting to get a bit more accurate with that. All the time he'll be just trying to gauge that range. He's very brainy in the ring, and he'll be looking for his gap.
The head clash caused the cut. Not in a bad spot, and Stitch Duran is in the corner, as always, for Wladimir when it comes to that. Tyson Fury. I think the tactics might be to try and tire Klitschko down the rounds, a la Ross Purity did back in the day, maybe. The extra freshness of Fury, possibly, but for Klitschko, he certainly upped his game in the last couple.
Yeah, he has. I mean, he's certainly making Klitschko work a little bit more. He's bouncing around the ring, looks fresh enough, looks good enough. He's got the center of the ring, Klitschko.
Right hand just shimmies past from Tyson Fury as he tries to win the battle of the jabs at range, and that's a right hand from Fury. And Klitschko just has to take that. He's not the biggest puncher, Fury, but he found a gap there and he landed well.
No, stop. Come on, keep it up.
Well, he's had plenty of respect for Tyson Fury, Klitschko in the build-up, and I'm sure he's got even more now in the ring. Compelling.
Сейчас. С ним нужно играть. Промахнулся удары. В ответе. Вот такая работа должна быть.
Vitali now talking to him in the corner.
Accidental.
Yeah, there's the head clash. Accidental. But yeah, Vitali talking to him. I mean, you know, he needs to look a little bit better. Fury is equipping himself quite well. I've got it even on my card. So, you know, he's still very much in this, and he's not managing to get his swept past Klitschko.
Give it the right hand to the body and slow him down. Have you got it, Carl, at the moment?
I've got Fury winning that last round, and the ones before that, to be honest, I've got him shearing it. I cannot separate it, and I'm struggling to find scoring punches from Klitschko. He's he's cocking the right hand and not throwing it.
Might be tough for these judges. Cesar Ramos, Ramon Serdan and Raul Caiz Sr. A mixture of experience there as Tyson Fury tries to attack again. You've got it level.
Yep, good start from Fury. Klitschko's come back in third. I couldn't separate them. But he's grown in confidence as he's talking to Klitschko in there.
Klitschko misses. Normally, he's more economical and effective. He pretty much had control over David Hay on that rainy night in Hamburg. He's not yet got assertive authority over Tyson Fury. Not yet, a long way to go.
Yeah, but he hasn't managed, Klitschko, to really start to dominate with that jab like he often does. You know, the movement from Fury has puzzled him a bit. And then, you know, the erratic punches that he comes in with. Doesn't know quite what to expect.
Says he feels as good as ever, Vladimir. With the German TV RTL, says there's so much more in him. In there.
Oh, most definitely. I mean, he's putting up a good enough show, isn't he? There's nothing in it. You know, nobody's really starting to land with any significant punches, have they? Been an awful lot of punches missed from both men.
Definitely a tough one to score as we enter the final minute of the first half of this World Heavyweight title clash. The good news for British fight fans is that Tyson Fury is very much playing his part. Wladimir Klitschko cut on the cheeks, taken out of his rhythm, hit at times, but is he doing enough to win the rounds on the judges' cards? It's a tricky one to assess that.
Yeah, I mean, it's very little either way, isn't it?
Stop.
I mean, he's, for me, slightly the better. He's the one that's trying to engage, and he's landed a couple of jabs and a right hand early on, but Fury's just missed for the most part. There's a lot of missed punches.
A great deal. Remember, we're in Germany, and Wladimir Klitschko's the champion, so Tyson Fury's going to have to rip this belt away. 6 rounds gone. Anyone's fight.
When you give him every opportunity to catch with these sloppy punches.
Switch up behind your shots. We'll catch him. Look, with this is good. Show him that and just come around and switch up. Even if it's not going to land, just do it and watch what he does. Do you see?
I'm just worried that left upper when I do it.
Hold your hand up.
I'll try it now.
Don't try it unless you're confident. Yeah?
Good right uppercut there from Fury.
Just like you're doing.
Letting the shot go.
Set because he's waiting.
Yeah, I think that was Wladimir Klitschko's round there. He was just throwing the jab to the stomach and getting his range. Like what I said he needs to do this a few rounds earlier, but I feel like he's getting a foothold in the fight now. He seems to be in a little bit more control, but still very little to split them.
And these middle rounds is where Arthur Abraham used all his experience against Martin Murray last weekend and just pulled away from the St. Helens man. Is that going to happen again with Wladimir Klitschko in the red trunks, looking for his 65th win and to retain this world heavyweight title? The green and gold of Tyson Fury with Paris and Venezuela on the waistbands, his two children, Paris at ringside, pregnant with number 3, and announced today what a wonderful night it could be for Tyson Fury. But there's a great deal of work still to do.
Tries a copy and punch with the right hand.
Just hearing that Richie Woodall, one of our colleagues on the radio, has Fury a couple up, so it's going to be subjective, isn't it, this?
Yeah, it is. If it stays like this, it could be very subjective. Could be some arguments here and there.
Remember when David Hay came over here and took the WBA crown for Nikolai Valoev? People had different scorecards for that one.
Stop.
But the feeling is that he's got to wrench it, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got to try and win big. He's a big hero out here, isn't he? Wladimir Klitschko, and he's a multi champion.
And he's been brilliant for the sport. I know a lot of people think he's dull or lethargic at times, but you know what he's done, and his brother Vitali is they've turned back challenge after challenge, and you can ask no more. They haven't avoided mandatories. They've taken on everyone. The win over Alexander Povetkin, the wide win, and he was meant to give him his toughest test.
Yeah, but this uneven and ragged sort of style of Fury is just given a murder as he looks to have a cut above the eye now. There's certainly damage around that left eye.
There is for Wladimir Klitschko, who was stopped late on by Ross Purity in the middle rounds by Lamont Brewster, and very early by the quick fists and big punching power of Corey Sanders. Was down a couple of times against Samuel Peter, but he came through that, and he has gone on to do so many great things in and out of the ring. But this is a difficult night for him. It's awkward.
Yeah, he's not having his own way. Look, when there's a fighter challenging Wladimir Klitschko, put his hands behind his back. He's not used to that, is he? You know, he didn't react there. He didn't jump in to land a punch. He's bemused a bit.
And jabs from Fury. That reach is giving him trouble. Wladimir Klitschko. And Fury will be growing even more in confidence. Look at him.
Well, that was a Fury round for me. It was ragged, but he did get the punches on that landed. Klitschko did very little in there.
Did you honestly, guys, think we'd be at this stage with the fight so evenly poised?
A lot of us that talked actually earlier on as the fight drew closer and closer, we thought Fury was going to struggle and maybe walk into one, even if he did go for it. And he seems to be going for it, but more messy than quality. But he's landing the shots, and the problem with the Klitschko's got, he's just not letting the right hand go. He's not throwing the punches. So I'm finding it very, very difficult to score. The fight's still very close, but Fury, for me, has just gone ahead.
The dulcet voice of Jonathan Banks, but it is not Emmanuel Stewart who he's going back to the corner to listen to. And, you know, if there's more of a crisis that develops in this, will that play a part? I just caught a glance at Richie Woodall, who's got Tyson Fury's 3 up. Others at ringside have got Klitschko just in front, so there's still so much ahead of us. 5 rounds to go. The world heavyweight title on the line. The gum shield was out of Tyson Fury. That's back to the bare-knuckle days, isn't it? The born fighter.
Yeah, that's not going to bother him. Didn't even notice that thing. I think it was the corner that noticed.
And there's the wasps we were talking about. And that's giving him more annoyance than Wladimir Klitschko's punches at the moment, Tyson Fury.
Yeah, that's all you need, Klitschko and the wasp coming at you.
Trying to turn Klitschko round, rough him up, Fury.
Good jab landing there, a solid jab from Klitschko.
Yeah, he does the basics so well, doesn't he? When he needs them, he can call on it.
Yeah, but the thing is, he just keeps at it, doesn't he? His concentration is really there. But Klitschko, Fury can't afford to switch off it all.
And the crowd again rally behind Klitschko. 50,000 here at the Esprit Arena. There's pockets of Tyson Fury supporters as once again he glances down at you and Carl and at the corner. Extraordinary stuff from
he's done that a lot, hasn't he? Looking around, but you know, that's what he's like in fights, isn't it? He does that all the time. Often has a chat with some people. But this is better round for Klitschko.
Yeah, missing there, Tyson Fury. I think that's the big question. Is he landing enough to catch the eye of the judges? Clean punches. That was good.
Yeah, that was a decent left hand.
It's a brilliant performance so far, this, from the Manchester heavyweight, the Lancashire lad, 27 years of age, and has never proved himself at anything like this level or at anything like this sort of stage. And he looks like he's right at home in that.
Yeah. He's trying to get shots on, some are missing, the jabs landing from Klitschko, and again. But Klitschko keeping that concentration right the way through this. He's been there before, there's still a way to go yet. He'll be trying to get the big right hand on, or the left hook, right till the end, Klitschko.
Yeah, Tony Thompson gave him a pretty hard time first time around. Wladimir Klitschko, just with the awkwardness. Messi, scrappy at the end of that one. Well, it is no heavyweight classic, but it is absolutely enthralling, isn't it, Carl?
It is, yeah. I'm sitting here and I'm almost mesmerised with what I'm seeing. Fury's just doing what he wants to do. He's not really being effective. He's not landing any really eye-catching or telling punches. But he's taking Klitschko out of his stride. And Klitschko looks to me like, dare I say it, almost like a nervous amateur that doesn't want to pull the trigger. I think he's mesmerised himself with what Fury's doing, and he just hasn't settled down. Every time he gets in range, you think he can land the right hand. He just doesn't throw it. His corner really needs to have a word of him and get him motivated and get him going. He just needs to double the jab up, step in with the right hand, body or shoulder, just get it throwing because nothing's happening for him. Close fight, hard to split them, but I've got Fury ahead.
Yeah, they're saying in the corner that you've got to get on him. I think there's starting to just be a few bits of worry in the Klitschko corner.
Many people on social media have Fury in front. 4 rounds to go. It doesn't matter what any of us think. It's the 3 judges at ringside. But it's a really gallant display, this, from Tyson Fury. Some felt he was a no-hoper at this level, that he wouldn't be able to back up the boast. And although he hasn't hurt Wladimir Klitschko, he has annoyed him. He has taken him out of his rhythm, and he's continuing to do it.
Yeah, but Klitschko's just unable to settle. You know, unable to dominate the way he has. And I think that's a lot to do with the size and the movement of Fury.
He's hardly thrown a right hand, Wladimir Klitschko. It's as though maybe he's heard it or something. Is he just waiting for that one moment? Because by now, you know, where is it?
Yeah, but I think you've got to have a target that you think you can hit, and if you look at it, you know, it's maybe not the prettiest movement, but he's moving all the time, Fury. You know, that head is all over the place.
Tries the uppercut, Tyson Fury. Klitschko, there's the right hand, finally. He throws it, and Tyson Fury takes it. Flush on the chin, didn't move. But then just a little wobble with the legs. Was that a delayed reaction?
Yeah, in danger. He's just hitting on the back of the head. In danger of getting a point taken off him. Fury doesn't need that after such a good display so far.
And again, that's what happened with Martin Murray last week. Got to be so tight over here, away from home. But what a monumental effort this is from Fury. And Stenny tries to confuse Klitschko, turns him round. And that was inexperience there from the most experienced of world champions.
Yeah, well, he's not having it the way he normally does he? And that was, you know, when have we last seen that? A long time ago, when he's done something amateurish like that, Klitschko.
No, stop. Turn around.
Well, he's in with a bigger guy in Tyson Fury. That was the challenge. They said that's all he really brings. The fact his size, his corner were very buoyant, weren't they? Klitschko would walk straight through him, that Fury's come in too light. What are you thinking if you're in Wladimir Klitschko's corner now? Are you thinking you're ahead, or are you thinking you're letting this slip away?
I think if Wladimir Klitschko, same as the corner, we'll all be thinking this is tougher than we thought. We didn't plan for this. He's doing an excellent job in there, Fury.
So close these rounds, but I can see how people have Fury in a handy lead. Carl, what's the latest from you on the card?
Well, I had it even up until the 6th round point, and then I've got Fury just doing enough to get in front and land the eye-catching punch. I mean, Klitschko landed a great right hand there towards the start of that round, but then Fury took the play away from him when Klitschko turned his back on Fury. Inexperienced well, he's not inexperienced, he's very experienced, but it looked like an inexperienced move where he turned around and came back to eye contact to a couple of punches, so they were scoring punches. So I've got that round even. I thought Klitschko was in front, and that's an even round.
Yeah, I thought Fury got the better of that one. Got caught with one shot, as you said, Carl, early on, but you know, the rounds are a lot like this, aren't they? You know, we're talking about, we're counting jabs here, we're not counting combinations.
Very difficult to score.
Well, it's been a frustrating and infuriating and difficult night for Wladimir Klitschko, who tries to get hold of that middle of the ring and pump the jab out. You've got it dead level.
Yeah, that's the sort of fight it's been for me, you know, one way then the other. Just minimal sort of advantages either way. Nobody has took a hold of this fight. Nobody is bossing anybody.
Looking for the big right hand. Fury turns southpaw again. Still Klitschko comes forward. Effective with that jab. At times disjointed, Fury. But I think that's all part of the plan.
Yeah, but I think that's working for him, Adam. I think that disjointedness, that erratic sort of style is not something Fury's ever had to deal with. And he can't figure it out.
I don't think he has watched the tapes of the old Klitschko. I think he's watched the tapes of the new Klitschko, and he's worked away to give him a nightmare here, really. The crowd go quiet again. And a right uppercut from Tyson Fury. And now the Brits can be heard here in Dusseldorf. The Fury fans that have made the trip, they're starting to believe.
Well, I don't think anybody thought it would be quite like this, that he'd be right there in contention, maybe even ahead.
Stop.
Tyson Fury.
Looks bewildered, Klitschko, as he glances out of the ring.
Fury low jab, and then a wild swing trying to throw to the body.
You've got it level. We're just assessing the British press at ringside. Gareth A. Davis has Fury 2 up. David Anderson, Fury 1 up. Pat Sheehan 2 close to call. Jeff Powell, Fury 3 up. No one is voting for Klitschko, but that is the British press. As independent as they are, it is the British press, not the German press.
Yeah, but I must say, this is a very, very hard fight to score. You know, I've covered an awful lot of fights, and this one, you know, it's messy. It's not the cleanest fight. They're not landing with a lot of scoring punches. So, you know, it's what you like in a lot of these rounds.
Heads banging together, scrappy, awkward. Styles haven't blended to make a really good fight, but it's a really good story, isn't it, Carl Froch?
It is, yeah. I just saw Klitschko there. He pulled the right hand. He let the right hand go, and then he stopped before he was about to land. We're thinking to ourselves, has he hurt his right hand? But I don't think he's landed anything telling enough on an elbow or the top of the head to justify saying he's damaged his right hand. I just think he's boxing like he's gun shy. Doesn't want to throw the right hand because he's going to leave himself exposed to some sort of counter. Very, very disappointing performance from Klitschko. I expected a lot more. I think Fury's doing really well. It really is.
Down, start touching the body. Just watch for that. Look.
Now have a look at the odds. Before the fight, it was 50 to 1 on the draw. It's into 7 now.
Listen,
Klitschko narrowly 13 to 8 on. It's a massive change, but they've still got Klitschko favourite.
Listening? That up there, turn, step in.
I mean, the draw has come in massively, hasn't it?
Stuff like that. And like, keep on him now with the movements. Yeah? Just keep
Will the champion, will he retain it on a draw? We've seen that a lot, haven't we?
6 minutes left of this absorbing world heavyweight title clash. No knockdowns, no big drama, but it has been a very, very interesting watch. Tyson Fury aiming to become a world heavyweight champion for Britain, the 26th challenger. Few have succeeded. John L. Sullivan, Frank Bruno, Lennox Lewis, David Hay, of course, the WBO held by Michael Bent, Herbie Hyde, Henry Akinwande, but this sort of belt, few and far between. The unified world champion, Wladimir Klitschko. What a story it could be, but it only could be at the moment.
Well, that story is getting closer and closer. I've got Fury ahead now by 1 round. And he's doing everything he has to. He's nullifying everything Klitschko's got.
He's been hit once, really, hasn't he? And he took that. And he's never looked in real distress at all. If anything, he's looked the more confident fighter from the opening bell, as if to say, my plan, my tactics, making you miss, making you feel uncomfortable in there. They've tried to take the control away from Wladimir Klitschko, and it's worked.
Yeah, good right hand there from Klitschko and from Fury, and another one. And, you know, there's nothing from Klitschko now, is there? He's walking in, he's run out of ideas. Looking to try and
he's cut as well, again, by the right eye this time. Cut both sides. Right hand of Fury. Did he go in with the head there? What a frustrating defense this is for Wladimir Klitschko. He's looked stale. He's looked ill at ease. Now he's bleeding. And here comes Tyson Fury.
No, he just can't handle him, can he, Klitschko? He's never been able to handle him in this fight. He's cut over both eyes. He's getting hit with cuffing shots of Fury. They're not good shots, but you know, he's getting through with them.
And what about the young legs of Tyson Fury as he holds? Is he tiring a little bit as he looks in his corner? He might need a big finish still. Left hook by Fury. Good shot. Klitschko takes it. Oh my word, is the dream coming closer to reality for Tyson Fury? The Fury fans, the Fury corner, a cheering but 1 point off from Tony Weeks.
warned him a few times, but it didn't look to me. Klitschko was all over as well, and there didn't look anything intentional in there. It is rough, it is scrappy, but that he could well do without that.
How damaging could that be?
Going into that round there, so it was winning that round, so I've got to score that round. I don't know, is it classed as a 10-10 or is it a 9-9 round?
Yeah, that would be 10-10. It's a 10-10 round. Well, there you go, 10-point mod system, so it's a 10-10 round, and with the point off, obviously it's a 10-9 round to Klitschko, so it's Klitschko's round, and I've still got Fury 2 rounds ahead in what's a fantastic, it's an unbelievable fight. Nobody thought it was going to go like this. He got warned for hitting on the back of the head, but in reality, Klitschko had turned away. So, you know, I mean, he hadn't done anything wrong. Klitschko turned away.
Who knows what Cesar Ramos, what Ramon Sedran and what Raul Caiz have seen, what their notebook says, what their cards reflect. But it has been an unbelievable performances from Tyson Fury, the challenger from Great Britain, and Wladimir Klitschko has never set himself, he's never felt comfortable. He has been effective at times, but Tony Weeks took a point off Fury, and now he's trying to tidy it up.
Well, it's the 12th round, you know, they're tired, they're eager, there's a lot at stake. Klitschko going for it
with an uppercut. Clifton Mitchell shouting. So too Peter Fury and John Fury in the corner. He's raised his game, Tyson Fury, up 2-3 levels to the biggest platform, the biggest stage. And is he just 2 minutes away from being crowned world heavyweight champion? Or have the judges got it totally differently?
Well, it's been a very hard fight to score, but for me, Tyson Fury's come on better in the last few rounds. He's unorthodox, but we knew he was going to be like that. But it's worked. Klitschko has never gotten a hold in this fight.
I'll ask you both this question. Does Wladimir Klitschko, as he lands a big right hand late on, deserve to hold on to his belts? Champion spirit. He never knows when he's beaten. Wladimir Klitschko, a bad night, an off night, yes, but look at him now.
But Fury's still in there, still fighting, still spitting out defiance. I'm sure he thinks he's done enough to get this.
Stop, I got you.
Klitschko is desperate now. He's trying everything.
Klitschko's desperate, Fury's running on empty. As they both struggle towards the last 30 seconds. Fury has worked at such a pace. Klitschko is trying to stay with him. It's been so even at times. Difficult to score, but the feeling for me, Glenn, is that Tyson Fury deserves to be crowned world heavyweight champion in this performance, in this arena, out here in Germany.
Yeah, it's been the performance of his life. He's always said it was destiny he'd win the heavyweight title. He's fighting to the final bell. For me, he's done enough in this round to get it and to win the fight.
The bell's going to come any second. Still they throw out leather. Wladimir Klitschko holding on. Has he held on to his belt? Both of them raise their arms aloft. Klitschko feels he's done enough. Tyson Fury is up on the ring ropes and he believes it's his destiny. What a display from Tyson Fury. Whatever the judges say, he belongs at this level, Carl.
Great performance by Fury. Exactly, he's proved he does belong at this level, and I'm just now waiting in anticipation, as I'm sure we all are, to see how the judges have seen this.
Glenn has got it by 2 to Fury. I've got it to Fury. Carl Froch has got it to Fury. So many people at ringside, but it doesn't matter. It is the 3 judges that count. What does count is what a terrific display that was from Tyson Fury as Wladimir Klitschko, well, he knows what a tough night it's been. He's such an intelligent guy, he's so experienced, and that was the hardest night he's had in a decade.
Yeah, well, he did the talking, he told us all. Klitschko thought he was mad, but he's done exactly as he said he was going to do, and for me, he's done enough to win this and win it well. He's just confused Klitschko.
They look dejected. They look dejected. Vitali looks unhappy. Bernd Bonte, and they're celebrating in the Fury corner. And Wladimir Klitschko shows the respect. What a night it would be for Peter Fury. There's Huey in there. But you just don't know, do you?
No, I mean, it was a messy fight. It wasn't a classic by any means. There wasn't a lot of punches landed throughout the fight. So it really is, well, how the judges see it. I think a lot of people will see it different ways if you went round and asked at ringside.
Fascinating to see how the judges have got it. But for us, the heavyweight title should change hands. Will it though? It's in the hands of the 3 wise men. Will they be wise? Cesar Ramos, Ramon Cedran, Raul Caiz. Ramon Cedran, inexperienced from Argentina. Raul Caiz, very experienced from America. And Cesar Ramos, fairly experienced from Puerto Rico. Tyson's asking us now at ringside.
Sky's got it, HBO's got it as well.
He's checking with you guys.
Water!
Call on the name of Jesus now. Don't rob me in this country.
Father John just telling us what a heart he's got. He's the new heavyweight champion. Wladimir waits. It's worrying moments for the champion. Vitali doesn't look happy. And his last defeat was way back in April 2004. Here we go.
We go to the scorecards. Cesar Ramos scores at 115 to 112. The same score from Raul Caiz Sr., 115, 112. And Ramon Cedran scores at 116, 111. All 3 scores to the winner by unanimous decision. From the United Kingdom, the unified heavyweight champion of the world.
There is a new era in heavyweight boxing. One of the biggest upsets in the last few years has happened here in Dusseldorf. He said he'd do it. It's unanimous on the cards. Tyson Fury, world heavyweight king for Britain. And it is elation here from the camp. Wladimir Klitschko is dejected, but offers respect and congratulations as the champion he has been.
History. A supreme 3-time world champion, a man who'd seen off all his rivals. A new force on the heavyweight scene with 31 stoppage wins in 32. Lennox Lewis returning from a year's absence, but could he reproduce his irresistible best? Going into a world heavyweight title fight, Lewis against Klitschko held us in suspense from the start. The champion returning after a year's absence, only to change plans at short notice, taking on a challenger he'd tried everything to keep at bay. Was Lewis risking all? Was he underestimating Vitali Klitschko? All along, we looked like being the winners, and we weren't to be disappointed. Barry McGuigan is here to view it all again. We'll get Jim Watt's thoughts on it for the first time, and he's joined by leading boxing writer Colin Hart, who's seen plenty of heavyweight spectaculars, and this is one that will be talked about for many years to come. Later, we'll also have the best of the action from a 4-title bill in Manchester. Michael Brodie looking to prove himself a world-class featherweight. But we go first to Los Angeles for the city's first world heavyweight title fight in a generation. And what a fight. Klitschko's on the way out at the Staples Centre as we join Glenn McCrory and Ian Darke.
They call him Dr. Iron Fist. It sounds like a character from a James Bond or Rocky movie, doesn't it? But Vitaly Klitschko, at 6'7" and 17 stone 10 pounds, is no Ivan Drago. He's for real, the WBC's #1 contender, and he's got 21 knockouts inside 2 rounds, and a bit of support in the arena too, Glenn.
Yes, he has, but this is when the real nerves hit you. It's the dawning that he's going in for the biggest job of his life. He's fighting for the heavyweight title against Lennox Lewis, an on-form Lennox Lewis. And you know, he's got the credentials, he's done the training, he's done the fights, he's up to here, but this is his biggest test.
He lives in Los Angeles now, and he seems to be trading on that. He's coming into the old Eagles hit, Hotel California. Klitschko, a calm, studious, intelligent family man, and he's made his first mistake of the night. He's gone to the wrong corner.
Well, yeah, he's in the wrong corner. He's going to have to cross the ring to the other corner. Let's hope he knows where to go back to when the action starts.
He's an interesting character, all right, friendly and amiable, but will that icy temperament hold up in the hottest test that he's ever faced? Like Lennox, he's a man of the world, really, from the Ukraine, and proud to be from the Ukraine, but a big star in Germany where he's been based, and now he lives in America. Multilingual, plays chess like Lennox, and poker too.
How do you think he looks? I think he looks a little tense, a little stiff.
As stiff and as nervous as we've seen him all week, but a bit of controlled adrenaline's okay, isn't it?
Yeah, I just noticed, you know, he looks stiff, looks tense. There's a few big gulps going down there. You see his throat. It's a big night for Vitaly Klitschko.
A year ago, it's a sight most of us never thought we'd see again. Lewis coming out to fight when it seemed he'd written the final chapter of a distinguished career by beating Mike Tyson in Memphis. But he's decided to go on, and he's dicing with danger a bit by doing it, pushing 38.
He is a little bit, but you know, he was dicing with danger a year ago against Mike Tyson, and I suppose he's been dicing with danger all his career. You know, big names he's fought throughout his career: Ruddock, Mercer, Tucker, Gallotta, Holy. You know, he's went right through them all, through an era of fighters, and he's always kept that steely look, and he's ducked nobody. You've got to respect Lennox for that.
Why do fighters go on? I remember asking that to Sugar Ray Leonard once. Why do you keep coming back? Is it ego, glamour, money? He said yes, all of those.
Well, it's right. You're a fighter. This is also what he does. This is all he's ever known. You know, as a youngster, as an adult, all he's ever known is training and getting ready and fighting. Very hard to walk away into the unknown.
He's already secured his niche in history. This is his 18th World Heavyweight Championship fight tonight. He's been at the top for a decade. Only Muhammad Ali, Joe Louis and Larry Holmes have had more title fights than this man. Is he risking the legacy, though? And what about that weight? 18 stone, 4.5 is the heaviest of his career by 3.5 pounds, and it's half a stone more than he looked against Mike Tyson when he was cut and sleek and athletic. But he looks right to me going to the ring here.
Well, mentally he looks right. You know, he looks focused, he looks determined. He looks like he always does. Very cool. I'm sure he's a good chess player. He'd be a pretty good poker player as well, Lennox.
He says, Vitaly Klitschko's been calling me out. Now he's going to find out what he's been asking for. The camp say there is no problem with the weight. It's deliberate. Believe me, said Emmanuel Stewart. He's in great shape, and I know. Michael Buffer as ever to conduct the ring introductions in his own inimitable style.
Ladies and gentlemen, from Staples Center, Los Angeles, California, Lion Promotions is proud to present 12 rounds of boxing for the linear, legitimate, and universally recognized undisputed heavyweight championship of the world. Brought to you in association with SEN, E-Commerce Technology, Prize Fight Promotions, Universal Box Promotions, Jacob Watch Company, Perfect 10 Magazine, and the King of Beers, Budweiser. Sanctioned by the WBC, the IBO, and the California State Athletic Commission Chairman Van Gordon Souter, Vice Chairman Sanford Michelman. The 3 judges at ringside scoring this contest on the 10-point system will be Dr. James Jenkin, Tom Kazmarek, and Pat Russell. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Dr. Lou Moret. And now, ladies and gentlemen, from Staples Center, Los Angeles, California, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black trimmed with gold letters and officially weighing 248 pounds. His professional record, 32 victories, including 31 knockouts, with only 1 defeat. Tonight, he comes to the ring prepared to step through the threshold of greatness. From Kiev, Ukraine, the fighter with a PhD, the #1 ranked heavyweight contender in the world, the former WBO World Heavyweight Champion, Dr. Iron Fist Vitaly Klitschko. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white with red letters and officially weighing in at 256.5 pounds. In 1998, he captured Olympic gold, and now, as a professional, he has a record of 40 victories, including 31 knockouts against 2 defeats with 1 draw. And by way of rematch, he is one of the few fighters in boxing history to have defeated every opponent he has ever faced. From London, England, the linear, legitimate, universally recognized, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Lennox Lewis.
Great atmosphere and a big crowd at the Staples Center for what could be a dramatic fight.
In the dressing room, I want a good, clean fight. Listen to my commands, shake hands, and await the bell. Good luck to both.
Half a lifetime ago in this city, Lennox Lewis was beaten at the Olympic Games by Tyrrell Biggs. He hasn't fought in LA since. Well, he's back now. Will Vitaly Klitschko make good on his promise to exploit weaknesses he's seen in Lennox Lewis? Is this a fight too far for Britain's greatest champion? Answers coming up right now. Will Lewis try to jump on Klitschko early on? He's been very, very aggressive usually when he's fought big men. Looking for that right hand straight away. Klitschko with his awkward but sometimes effective style gets in with a right hand as they work in close. 2 juggernauts in a head-on collision here. 36 stone of heavyweight in the ring. It's a record for the division.
They really are 2 massive athletes, aren't they? But they've got speed, they've got power. Lennox facing up, which he didn't have to do very often.
Klitschko has demolished 2 British opponents, Julius Francis and Herbie Hyde, in 2 rounds. But this would be some hat-trick if he was to complete it. who establishes control with the jab. Watch for that as it gets untidy early on here.
I think the jab is a key, Ian. Somebody's got to try and get control with that punch.
And although Klitschko is a couple of inches taller at 6'7", it's Lewis who has the reach advantage of about 6 inches. It's a huge 84-inch wingspan for Lewis.
Well, I'm sure Klitschko is getting his first surprise, feeling the physical strength of Lennox Lewis. I think all the fighters that go in with him are amazed by how physically strong he is.
Maybe he's feeling the strength of Klitschko too. Gets there with a right hand that momentarily seemed to trouble Lewis, who hasn't got his jab going yet.
Well, the right hand is the danger punch. Lennox drops that left, and Klitschko will be looking to capitalise on that.
No sign of Klitschko freezing early on. He's holding his own.
Watch the elbows, watch the elbows. Stop, stop, stop.
And it is literally a trial of strength on the inside. Lewis is giving away 6 years. Klitschko's only lost once in 33 fights, and that was on an injury. It's a good start this by Klitschko, who rams in a very good-looking right hand. He's getting the better of things in this opening round.
Yes, he's the one that's getting the punches off first, Ian, and he's getting through with that jab.
And the right hand forces Lewis back. Signs of early problems, but Lewis has been there and done it so many times before. There is a feeling, though, he might have to do it quickly tonight, lugging 18 stone, 4.5 pounds around. He's looking for the right hand over the top. Lewis does sometimes leave his left quite low and leaves himself open to that. At last, Lewis gets the jab working and an uppercut, but it was the challenger's opening round. This might be very interesting, Glenn.
Well, I think it's always been the case that this would be an interesting fight, because Lennox is facing a younger boxer who boxes like him.
Nicht mit Gewalt reinfallen in den Mann. So, es ist alles okay. Du hast es ein paar Mal so gut getroffen in den Gang. Du willst zu sehr
the main
direkt,
trainer
dann
in the
kommst du
corner.
raus, du bist zu fest noch. Locker, dann schnell.
But you're putting a lot of pressure on him. He's not used to fighting that much, okay? Take your time, baby. Take your time. Get that jab.
He's breathing heavy. He's hollow.
Yeah, he's not used to fighting this type of pressure. Just keep the pressure
Well,
on
did
him.
you hear that?
He's
From
in
Al
your
Gavin, the
battlefield. Just
cutsman,
keep
he's
the
breathing
jab
heavy.
is working good.
Yeah, they think Klitschko's already breathing heavily after that first round. The first round, which he was a little busier in, and he got through with a couple of nice shots out that right hand.
Very interesting. They love a big fight in LA. They haven't had enough of them. But this Staples Center had a thriller between Shane Mosby and Oscar De La Hoya a couple of years back. Klitschko started well, but can Lewis get his jab going? Oh, there's a big right hand from Klitschko. He's fast with it as well.
Yeah, that's the danger for Lewis. Lewis is trying to get that jab working. He's pushed the head back of Klitschko a couple of times.
Don't hold. Step back,
Klitschko
step
can
back.
be dangerous with the left hook as well. He seemed pretty nerveless all week. I had no emotion, he said, when I heard I was fighting Lewis. And yet again, his quick hands troubling the long reigning champion.
It seems to be lacking a little bit of sharpness early on.
Well, there might be ring rust. Over a year out of the ring, it's the longest break in his career between fights. Taking this at 2 weeks' notice and gets it with the right hand, and Lewis wants to hold. He's hurt by that. He wanted to hold. Klitschko has got him a bit wobbly here. Lewis is in trouble here in round 2. Did he say something to Klitschko on the inside?
He seemed to smile and say something, but he definitely got hurt by that shot. Lennox's chin is coming in the air.
All the makings of an upset early on here. Can Lewis turn this around again? He's hit with the right hand by this big, strong Ukrainian.
Lewis looking ponderous. there's not a great deal of snap or sharpness there.
Well, we feared this might happen when we saw the weigh-in, but there's a left jab of some authority by Lewis, and that rocked Klitschko momentarily. Stopped him in his tracks. It was a heavy, heavy shot. Best yet from Lewis. But Klitschko comes back again, and Lewis, his defence looks a bit leaky tonight.
Well, I think there's definite ring rust there. He's looking slow and ponderous.
The longer this goes, it won't get any easier. Another right hand and another one from Klitschko, who looks the boss at the moment. But you never know. This is the kind of fight where one punch could turn the whole thing around.
Well, Lennox is trying to take the fight to Klitschko, but he's walking on the punches as he comes forward.
Klitschko got there with a left hook as well. Lewis is trying to gamble with big shots. He's forgotten the jab, and he's leaving himself really open. He just looks a shadow of himself at the moment. Where's that authority and sharpness and snap? And Klitschko, at the moment, is looking the likely winner of this.
Well, it's an exciting start, but Lewis doesn't seem to have a game plan. He's just walking forward, trying to get shots on. There's no strategy.
Take it to him now. The left hook is working good. Just take it to him, and when you get through with him and push at him. You understand? Use your experience.
Muss jetzt kommen. Macht mehr und dann konterst du ihn ab.
Emmanuel Stewart says take it to him. Gamble by the sound of it.
Well, he's got to be careful because he's doing that at the moment. All he's doing is walking forward, trying to gamble, and he's leaving himself wide open. Klitschko's teeing off with big right hands like that. He just seems to be without any sort of game plan. He doesn't seem to know what he wants to do, Lennox.
Stewart seems certain that the hook is going to get him in the end, but it's Klitschko. Dr. Iron Fist, as he's known. He's beginning to show why in here. And now Lewis goes for it. Is he going to show championship quality here with an all-out attack?
Well, Lewis should have forgotten more than Klitschko's ever known, so he's got to try and do something special here.
Looks a bit of damage by Lewis's left eye. And there's a cut now by Klitschko's left. As he turns around, Klitschko is cut by the left eye.
Good work with the jab from Klitschko.
Well, there'll be tremendous excitement in the city square in Kiev, where I think 100,000 people were planning to gather to watch this. But Lewis isn't done with yet. Not quite.
This is better from Lewis. Looks strong and forceful as he backs Klitschko up behind that jab.
The cut's bad. He's blinking away the blood. Klitschko, it's a problem. We thought it might be dramatic. It is.
Lewis looking for the big left hook. Normally the right hand follows that.
He's got a real problem with that cut, Glenn.
He has, and we know he doesn't react well when he's injured. Quit the last time, his only loss on an injury.
Well, he's going to have to show the right temperament and mentality tonight. He surely wouldn't quit in this situation, getting the better of things. Now Lewis starts to find the range with that jab. Is Klitschko going to be discouraged by the injury? This is where his lack of experience at this rarefied level might just come into play.
Well, Lewis is getting the better of this round. That solid jab, backing Klitschko up.
There's the jab again. Is there a turning of the tide in this round with the cut? He walked onto a right hand, Lewis, but walked straight through it, surprisingly.
The left hand is down from Lewis. He can't afford to gamble too much.
The cut's a terrible mess. But Lewis, after a bad opening 2 rounds, is beginning to establish himself a little.
Well, maybe he's just getting the ring rust off. But certainly this is a lot better in this round. He's got a plan, he knows what he's doing now.
They both look tired already. It's almost a case of which of these 2 oak trees will be the last standing in the forest.
But I think that cut has worried Klitschko.
They need to get to work on that, and quickly. Otherwise, it might signal the end of his hopes in the fight. He looks dispirited all of a sudden. Oh, it's terrible. It's terrible.
A really, really bad cut.
Oh, a horrible gash, which might signal the end of the fight. Is he going to be able to carry on with that?
Looks like they've controlled that. Yeah, keep watching it. Okay? Linke Hand und weggehen, nicht stehen bleiben. Geht zur Seite. Kommt gleich wieder rein in diese Runde, wirst du sehen.
Well, that is a terrible, terrible cut. He's not going to be able to go along with that, Ian.
No, it's a really bad gash, and it's a shame. He was caught too with jabs, and once he got the jab going, he got some other punches going too, Lewis.
Well, that showed that right hand. That's what looked like where the cut was caused. Certainly saw the blood there.
Let's go, we gotta go. Not too much, not too much.
Klitschko has to go for it here.
Big right hand from Lewis.
He's mauling Klitschko as they work in close. There's no knockdown there. He missed with the left hand. Oh, and Klitschko then looked as if he tried to kick Lewis while on the floor. Lewis picks him up. Extraordinary. And the crowd burst into applause.
Lewis just looking for the big right hand. He senses victory, senses he can land with that punch.
The cut doesn't look quite so bad at the moment. I must say the cut work in the corner didn't look the most sophisticated for Klitschko's team, did it?
No, I don't think there's an awful lot you could do with a cut like that. It was a slash, a jagged slash. Nowhere really to fix that.
Left jab, right hand follows. Both have had periods of ascendancy in establishing that lead left hand, and everything else flows off that. There are moments here where they both look ready to go.
Lewis was caught a little short right hand, still dropping that left. Got to be careful in there.
What about Lewis's stamina, Glenn, at 18 stone 4.5 tonight?
That's exactly right. If this goes a long while, Lewis might feel it more. He's on the 37-year-old legs.
Klitschko's got the jab working and is keeping Lewis away for the most part in this round. It's been a good little comeback, this, from the Ukrainian, who's never mixed at this kind of level before.
He's just a little bit busier than Lewis in this round. Lewis looking tired.
Lewis is gasping. But we've seen that before in fights, notably against Shalko Mavrovich, and somehow he's come through it.
Well, nobody's ever doubted Lewis's heart.
Another big right hand. But Lewis gets back again with the jab. It's fascinating, this. You wouldn't like to call it from this point, would you?
You certainly wouldn't. It's a really tough fight for both these competitors.
The feeling that one of these two is going to detonate something pretty decisive sometime soon. Last few seconds of round 4. Klitschko just the busier. The two heavyweights who look like they've done 10 rounds already.
Nicht so oft stehen bleiben. Deine linke Hand schnell boxen, das ist wichtig. Klinke.
Попробуй. Левый прямой.
Leo прямой. Leo сбоку. Покажи Leo прямой, Leo сбоку. Immer wieder schön nach rechts rüberlegen, dass du deine rechte Hand vermeidest. Wenn jetzt seine rechte bringt, schlägst du deine rechte auf der Innenbahn mit. Ganz schnell, ja?
Maybe I was a little unkind about the cut work because they've done something to stem the flow, haven't they?
They certainly have, yeah. They've worked on that well.
This is the first heavyweight championship fight here since 1958 when Floyd Patterson stopped Roy Harris, who is at ringside tonight, still looking well.
Come on, guys.
Lee Moret, the referee, dwarfed by these two giants of the ring. Round 5. This is the round that Emmanuel Stewart, the trainer of Lewis, predicted a finish in.
Lewis looking for the uppercut.
Good left hand from Lewis, turned the punch cleverly. But Klitschko's been used to going long distances in his recent fights. 6 out of the last 7 have gone at least 9 rounds.
Well, he's loading up an awful lot, Lennox. That'll take a lot more out of him as he hammers that body.
Well, he's hit in about a dozen shots to the rib cage as they hold on the inside there. Is Klitschko prepared to go through the pain barrier this time, to fight in the trenches? He's going to do it this time. He can't walk away from it as he did when he had the shoulder injury against Chris Bird. He was blinded by pain, he said that night. Others didn't believe him.
Good left hook there from Klitschko.
He seems to be just the boss, doesn't he? Lewis looking a bit troubled and disorganised as he sacks against the ropes. Is he trying to just play possum a bit and invite Klitschko in? I don't think so. I think he's tired. He's tottering a bit around the ring, Lewis.
He is. I think he's feeling it in this round. Another good one for Klitschko.
Is this evidence of what everybody was saying after the weigh-in, that unless Lewis can win it quickly, he might not win it at all? Jennings is getting a bit swollen under his left eye too.
And Klitschko is taking the punches that Lennox throws quite well.
Showing good boxing ability as well. Klitschko is just caught there by a right hand. Luckily, it just seemed to glance off the temple rather than catch him flush. The cut's worse again for Klitschko, and it comes at a point where he looks dominant.
Good jab from Lennox there.
If the fight was stopped because of that cut now, they would go to the scorecards. Well, Lewis fought well for the last 20 seconds of the round, but Klitschko breathes heavily as he goes back to the corner, and his face is a mess. Is there a cut on the cheek as well, or is that just the blood from the eye?
I think the cheek's cut as well.
Yeah, another gash.
All around that left eye is swollen and cut.
It's not bleeding there bad.
Just to clarify the cuts rule, if it is deemed that the cut was caused by a punch and Klitschko can't go on, Lewis would be champion. They wouldn't go to the scorecards. If they thought it was a clash of heads and it was an accidental clash of heads, they do go to the scorecards. It's a bit complicated, and we'll kind of cross the bridge if and when we have to get to it.
Well, it is a terrible injury, both above and below that eye. But his temperament's been good, Klitschko. He's kept it together.
I've only given Lewis the third so far.
That's exactly the same as me. The others all to Klitschko, who's just been busier.
The crowd in this $375 million arena sense a possible shock, but it's only a possible shock. Are we watching the final scenes of Lennox Lewis's third reign as world heavyweight champion? Our American TV colleagues have it closer, with Klitschko only a point ahead. Good shots again from the Ukrainian. Klitschko says he learned things even on the set of Ocean's 11, where both these two fighters were involved. Just being around Lewis, he sensed weaknesses about him. He studied him, fought the fight 1,000 times in his head. Oh, what an uppercut from Lewis! Absolute peach, but Klitschko took that too without going down. That was right out of the textbook from Lennox.
That was really the punch of the fight. Uppercut.
That might have been a fight-ending punch on another night. But Klitschko's showing his bottle here, isn't he, now?
He really is. With such damage, he's still around the eye, he's still fighting, he's took some good shots, but he's still trying to work hard.
Worth reminding ourselves that in his last fight, Vitaly Klitschko was the first man to stop the durable Larry Donald. That was late. He has been winning his fights late in recent times. Ross Purity, Vaughan Bean, people like that from the second division of the heavyweight league. I think that uppercut has caused blood from Klitschko's mouth as well. He must be very, very uncomfortable in there. Gashes all over the place. Three American judges scoring, by the way, as the heads clash on the inside again. This is a rough, hard fight.
Well, they're both looking pretty tired, looking to hold on. Not much real action in this round, a lot of clinching.
Sharp little left hook. And Klitschko looks strong as he bulls Lewis back across the ring. Not too worried if he has to use arms, elbows, anything. But I think Lewis tonight might have met someone who's as physically strong as him.
Yeah, I think that might be true. And if he is, Lennox will be feeling it more.
Oh, there's the uppercut again from Lewis, who is showing some championship quality because he's tired, but this is not a fighter at his peak anymore. This is around the age that Joe Louis and Muhammad Ali came apart at the seams.
It's down to your level. You got to get out and get it out.
Having a look at the damage at Klitschko's eye.
Think he's ending up? No, should we stop it? Huh? Stop it?
They've stopped the fight. They've stopped the fight, and they're going to declare Lewis the winner. They think it was caused by a punch. It doesn't go to the scorecards. The crowd are in uproar, but Lewis is still the champion. Klitschko cannot go on because of the cuts. The end comes suddenly at the end of round 6. In a fight that must have been in the balance. But I think there's going to be a row here. Should they be going to the cards?
Well, there's arguments. Klitschko's shouting no, he can't believe it.
I don't think Klitschko knows he was retired. Absolute mayhem here. Arguments going on. Lewis has been declared the winner by the referee, who must have thought a cut caused it, but if it was deemed to be a clash of heads, an accidental, they should be going to the scorecards.
They should be. He's furious in there. Klitschko and Lennox Lewis being declared the winner here.
The big Los Angeles crowd are not happy about that ending, but those are bad injuries. Klitschko is claiming a moral victory, and it would be interesting to know what the cards were saying at that point, wouldn't it?
It certainly would be. Lennox, who's got a cut on the nose in the last round. But the crowd have rallied around to Klitschko's case a little bit.
We await some clarification, but we believe Lennox Lewis has been declared the winner of the fight. Certainly the referee did that. And Adrian Ogan is in there, the manager of Lewis. Klitschko's people are making a point about it. is getting a bit tasty in there. One or two people are losing their tempers. And somebody needs to keep it under control.
Well, I think it's Klitschko mainly who is the antagonist. He's furious at what's gone on. His brother Wladimir trying to calm him down.
What did your card say at the point it was stopped?
I have Klitschko 2 points ahead.
And I had Klitschko leading 2 at that point. Listen to the boos. The crowd here believe that Klitschko has got a raw deal, if indeed he has lost the fight. This is one of the most controversial finishes in heavyweight history, certainly in recent times.
Well, the crowd are on Klitschko's side.
It's unsatisfactory, isn't it?
It is. I was sure that we heard Wladimir Klitschko asking Lewis for a rematch.
Which I think, by popular demand, he ought to get. Whether Lewis wants that kind of argument again, such a physical, hard fight, must be very much open to question. But we believe Lennox Lewis is still the heavyweight champion of the world after the drama.
After 6 grueling rounds of heavyweight championship boxing here at Staples Center, Los Angeles, the bout is called to an end. Referee Lou Moret, acting on the advice of Dr. Paul Wallace at ringside, has called a halt to the contest because of severe injuries suffered by Klitschko. The winner, officially at the end of 6 rounds by TKO victory, and still heavyweight champion of the world, Lennox Lewis.
Congratulations, Lennox. You said that he had no skill level and that he had no heart. What do you say now?
Well, you know, if the fight would have went more, they should have stopped.
No, the fight didn't go more. What happened in the 6 rounds? What is your impression of him now?
He's okay. Yeah, what do you want me to say?
I want you to say what you say. Was it a harder fight than you anticipated?
No, not really. I was getting to him. There's no way he could have finished the fight. If you look at the state of his face, there's no way. He's lucky the fight was stopped. I was just getting to him, and he was just deteriorating anyway. So I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just asking you for your impressions because you seem to dismiss him that he could even compete with you.
Well, yeah, of course he can compete with me. That's why he's here in the #1 position.
Well, I understand you were behind on all the judges' scorecards.
Listen, he would have got knocked out the next couple of rounds. It was just a matter of time. He was definitely deteriorating. So I don't even know what you're talking about, Larry.
Well, I'm telling you what the score is. Huh? I'm just telling you what the scoring of the officials was.
Oh, okay. So, anyway, the referee's lucky he stopped the fight. Anyway, look at the state of his face.
Would you say now that he has no heart?
Well, you know, you would have seen the next couple rounds. He would have probably.
You don't want to give him any credit, it seems.
I do give him credit. He's in #1 position. He's my mandatory. I gave him a chance to fight, and you know, I dismissed him in the sense of, you know, I got to him. Look at the state of his face.
What made him difficult to fight?
You know, he's got an unusual style, European style. Plus, I only had a week to prepare for it. So, you know.
He seemed to be able to somehow avoid your big right hand. How did he do that?
Well, I wouldn't say he avoided them. And like I said, the next couple of rounds would have told the whole thing.
Were you tired? You looked like you were tired as well.
Oh, I was just getting my second win, Larry.
Were you hurt by a punch in around the second round? It seemed that it shook you a little bit. Were you surprised? Did it wake you up?
Yeah, it definitely did wake me up. You know, we're big guys. Any punch from both of us is going to hurt. So, you know, I hurt him a couple of times, even more times than he hurt me.
Was your plan to make it this kind of a brawl because you felt that he had never been in such a fight and that he could not go a distance?
You know, I still feel he cannot go the distance with me. As you can see, he was definitely deteriorating. That's why I was trying to stay close to him and slugging it out, because he's never been in a dogfight. Most of his fights that I've seen, he's just stayed back and basically jabbed, did what he wants, and that's what happened. So my plan was just to go in there, dog him, stay close to him, make him throw a lot of punches.
I don't recall your being in too many dogfights like this. This was a tremendous fight for 6 rounds.
Yeah, I wanted to be in a dogfight. I know when the going gets tough, the tough get going. I'm tougher than him.
Could you see through the eye?
I see very well. I don't know why doctor stopped the fight. I feel me very well. I can fight. I know. It's Lennox Lewis promised to knock me in 5 rounds. I know. Why you know? Because he don't have condition in 5 rounds.
How could you tell he wasn't in condition?
He's very heavy. I saw every punch. He don't punch me very hard. This was not. You know, it's everyone. So I am good prepared for this fight. I take everyone jab. I punch him with everyone jab.
How were you able to avoid his right hand? Could you see it that easily?
He never one time punched me very hard with right hand, because I saw every punch. He's a good fighter. He make great fights. I know in this fight when doctor don't stop, I win this fight. I win this fight by point. You know, you can see my fight record. I can knock in first round. I can fight this last round and knock him in 11 or 12 rounds. I want rematch. When doctor stop the fight, I won't fight again. I show for everybody I can be Lewis.
Will you give him a rematch?
You know, if it calls for, if the money's right, yeah, definitely.
Why do you think the fans were cheering him and booing you at the end?
I wouldn't say that, Larry. You know, I wouldn't really say that.
Because, do you think maybe they were just surprised that he fought better than they anticipated, and they were cheering for the underdog?
I wouldn't say that, Larry. I wouldn't say that. I would say that they like a good fight. The fact that he stuck in there with me for those couple of rounds and made it a good fight, I think that's what they appreciate. But like I said, if the fight would have went on, he definitely would have retired. I would have knocked him out. It was just a matter of time. I was definitely getting to him. Look at the state of his face. You know, number one, no guy tests.
Well, you are the champion. But what might have happened, we don't know. What did happen, we do know. Thanks.
Yes, Lennox Lewis is the best. I lay them all to rest.
Larry Merchant and Vitaly Klitschko appear to have taken something of the gloss off Lennox Lewis' reign, at least for now. So much for Colin, Jim and Barry to discuss when we come back. Surely no one will question Vitaly Klitschko's courage again. Lewis may not have been well prepared, but he was prepared to dig deep, and he had to. No wonder they want a rematch. It nearly started right away. Klitschko will grow in defeat, but he wants victory, and he believes it will be his if they meet again. Surely even bigger tests await Lewis now. It was quite a close-run thing. Jim, what was your overview of the performance by Lennox Lewis?
Well, I think Klitschko is the only one who comes out with any credit whatsoever, and that includes the whole of the Lennox Lewis camp. Nobody did their job properly. Lewis was overweight, he was out of shape, he was arrogant, he didn't get started at all, and he's a very, very lucky man. I think they were both close to exhaustion by the end of the 6th round, but I think the 7th round would have produced its own ending. I think the 7th round would have told us who was going to win that fight. So lucky for Lennox Lewis, it didn't get that far because it was well in the balance. I think Lewis may have dug in a little bit deeper because he's done it before, but there's no certainty.
Wasn't he doing that anyway, Colin? Digging deeper?
Yes, he had to dig deep to hang in there. But I'm not going to give Jim any argument. He's a very lucky man to still be heavyweight champion of the world. I mean, if you saw, I thought he was in denial after the fight. I mean, the way he slumped to his stall at the end of the 6th round, he said he would have knocked Klitschko out in the 7th or 8th. Could he have got up off the stall to fight at the start of the 7th, the way he looked? They were both tired, but I thought Lewis, because he wasn't in as good a condition as Klitschko, was even more tired than the Ukrainian.
Barry, on Saturday night you told us you believe Lewis was a fading fighter. Do you stand by that now?
Yeah, I believe that he's earned so much money, he was ill-prepared for the fight, and that can only be down to a subconsciousness that he's happy. He knocked out Tyson. Colin said it the other day, he should have retired there and then. He's carried on. He was so convincing against Tyson, he thought, well, I'll carry it on, but he was ill-prepared for the other night. He was overconfident and he was out of shape, and he knows that. That's the bottom line. He knows it.
The catch which won it for Lewis, when he was behind on the cards, is there any doubt in anyone's mind that it was a legitimate blow?
Punch? It was a little, have a look at the way he hit him. He actually hit him. If we see it in slow motion, stay from another angle here, it's a right hand that actually turns over, and it's actually his thumb, and you see the way it actually hit him, and if you actually lean back and the flesh underneath your eyebrow is very loose, and it tears if you put that.
Yeah,
to
it's
the
a glancing blow, but it actually tears the skin.
Yeah, tears
a punch knocks the skin against the eyebrow, that causes a cut. But that was a tearing punch, and that's tore the skin. That's why it was in such a mess, and the corner did an excellent job.
Yeah, I would call it a slashing punch, and they're very similar to the punch that Muhammad Ali hit Henry Cooper with when they fought for the world title back in 1966. I think that was the worst cut I'd seen until this one against Klitschko. I thought that was a horrible cut and could have been stopped when it happened at the end of the third.
Well, the ringside physician eventually did step in, Dr. Paul Wallace, and he told us afterwards why he took his decision to call it off.
The corner people did a very good job in controlling the bleeding throughout the fight. The problem was not the blood. Usually 95–99% of the time it's because a cut is bleeding into the eye and the boxer is unable to see. In this particular case, the lid was detached to a point that he needed to tilt his head to be able to see, therefore wouldn't be able to see, pick up a punch that would come, such like a hook. So there was no other option in that case, even though he may have felt okay, even though he may feel as though that he could have adapted to the situation, he wouldn't have cleared on any criteria to be able to continue.
It might heal physically, and let's hope he gets the best attention for it, but will it leave some sort of mental problem behind when it's that bad, Jim?
I don't think so. I think it's quite the opposite. I think Klitschko's really up for this fight. I think he must have had some doubts. We saw him at press conferences. He looked a little bit low-key. I think he knew he'd never fought anybody of Lewis's stature before. He must have wondered, could he do it? He knows he can do it now. The cut, I don't think it will come into his mind. And thankfully, it wasn't a deep cut. It was a horrible cut. It was a wide cut. It was a tearing cut. But it wasn't deep. There's no reason that should reopen without a similar type of punch.
So it's unlikely to be a problem for the rest of his boxing
I disagree
career?
with Jim on 2 points. I think he never wavered in his confidence before the fight. He was very confident, Klitschko. He's now even more confident, and I think that cut is a dreadful cut, and I think it's going to take 9 months at least. And there's a big question: will Lewis give him the time to allow that cut to recover? I don't think he will, because I don't think he wants to be around that long.
Let's look at the reasons why Vitaly Klitschko might believe, second time round, Barry, he can give Lewis even more problems, because early in the fight he produced so much, didn't he?
He gave. You know, I don't like his awkward tall. And Jim and I were talking off camera about how his technique is not great. Look at the way he's throwing that leg in front. It's a good job for Lewis that he hasn't got better technique. Again, square on when he's throwing the right hand. But far too much. Lewis has been hit far too much, and this right hand here is the best shot he hits him with. And Lewis took it, and it's because he didn't have good technique with that right hand that he actually took that shot.
I think that Klitschko's got an even better chance next time, because Lennox Lewis is a middle-aged man. You know, he's 37, he'll be 38 then, and he's declined as an athlete. He's gone soft.
OK, but he took the Klitschko fight, Colin, surely because he thought easy fight. And on the basis of what you knew of Vitaly Klitschko, did he surprise you, Klitschko, with his performance and the problems he gave Lewis?
Yes, he did surprise me a great deal. But I do not believe that... I thought Lennox Lewis plays the percentages. He's a chess player. He knew that if he didn't take Klitschko now, he would have had to wait till November and been out the ring 18 months. He'd also done 6 or 7 weeks in camp, and he didn't want to waste that time as well.
Well, that's a fair comment. That's good sense. It's common sense. But the point is, he doesn't, and this is what I've stressed all along, he doesn't like upset. He doesn't like change. He doesn't deal with it very well. And the fact that the guy came in, and although he should have been in shape, but there's no excuse for that.
Yeah.
The change of opponent... He
wasn't in shape for any opponent.
Yeah,
he would have had as much trouble with
Kirk
Johnson. He would have had as much trouble. He wasn't in shape.
Was Lennox, hang on, sorry, but just to give Lewis his due here, Colin, you know, afterwards he told us, and you echoed it, Jim, I got the job done. Was he right, Lewis, in saying, I was turning it round?
He didn't get the job done. Circumstances got the job done. Lennox Lewis didn't get the job done. I think the problem for Lennox is at the stage in his career, fighters that age go into the gym, they think they're training as hard as they did the last time, but they're not. It's just getting harder to do. They think they're training hard, but it's not. It's just getting hard to do. But Manny Stewart, he should have looked at Lennox Lewis and knew he wasn't training properly.
This is the thing,
he wasn't in condition. He's the man who takes most of the blame.
This is what I'm saying now. OK, in the later rounds, this is his best round. This is his 6th round where Lewis is coming on strong. But the guy, it's the end of the round. That's the important point to look at. You look at Lewis at the end of this round. That's the last punch he throws. And watch, let's go back to the column. Watch how Lennox slumps on his stool. He's absolutely exhausted at that stage.
You know, sometimes Manny Stewart, bless him, insults our intelligence.
Yeah, he really does.
Last week, Barry, he said, Lennox Lewis is in the best shape of
Right,
his life.
hang on, Colin. We'll stop you there because afterwards he did front up and he tried to put a gloss on this display by Lewis.
I don't think we were happy, but I was not unhappy with the way he fought because it was just very difficult. We knew that because of the height. And he did the best he could under the conditions. The main thing was just to wear Klitschko down, try to just smother him, wear him down, and work a hard left jab to bust him up with the left jab, which worked effectively. Probably about the 8th and 9th round, the fight would have been over with anyway. But we knew it was going to be an awkward and a difficult fight.
Lennox did get hit more than usual, though.
He got hit more than usual because the guy's style. He's not used to being a short guy, and he was a little relaxed, thinking as if the guy would be short with his punches, but this guy naturally was bigger than Lennox, and he had longer punches, and he was hitting Lennox. But he adjusted. He did what he had to do, which is basically to be very physical, keep moving forward, and wearing the guy on with a hard left jab. So, you know, you're not going to look great at all times, but the main thing, you get to win, and you move on.
There you are, Colin. It was easy enough. It was almost pre-planned, almost.
Yeah, going back to the point I made when he said at 37 he's in the best shape of his life. There is no man on earth who can be in the best shape at 37 years of age. Yeah. Last week, Manny Stewart said Klitschko is made for Lennox Lewis. Exactly. He loves big, tall guys. Now he's saying the star was the problem. You know,
well, that's exactly the point that I'm beginning to lose my confidence in Manny Stewart. I used to have great credibility in my mind, great respect. I'm beginning to lose my respect for him because he did say that he would knock this guy tall, rangy, easy to hit. He'll knock him out quickly.
He will have some input in what does happen next for Lennox Lewis, of course. Roy Jones or a rematch with Klitschko, perhaps. Here's the view from the business manager of Lennox Lewis.
I've been approached by Universe and his promotional company. We're in the middle of negotiations for a Roy Jones fight, but I've said to them that we'll look at the option of a rematch after we've finished our negotiations.
So it's all smiles. Stewart says it all just about went to plan. It's all part of Adrian Ogan's big business plan. Who is making the decisions in that camp, Colin?
Well, it's about 4 of them, by the sound of it.
That's not good, is it?
No, I think the last word goes with Lennox Lewis, who now regards himself not only a fighter, but as his own promoter. So, no, he will have the final say. They will all put in their 2 penneth.
Jim?
Yeah, that's for definite. And I think Lennox, if he's going to box again, it must be Klitschko. But let's face it, the champion has defeated the #1 contender on injury. There has to be a rematch. I mean, we had a rematch with Evander Holyfield, not because it was a great fight, because it was a bad decision. Well, there's even more reason for a rematch here because it was inconclusive and obviously just the injury.
I agree with that entirely. I think Roy Jones will pan it out and drag it out as long as he wants. He'll say, I don't want to fight him, he's 60 pounds heavier, I want so much money and all that sort of thing. I agree with Jim. I think Klitschko deserves a rematch. I thought he was 2 rounds ahead, could have won the fight.
Hasn't he seen enough, Lewis, to be wary of that rematch, given Klitschko's performance?
But look, at this guy's a champion. I don't, we can.
He's the #1 contender, exactly. He is the #1 contender. There's no choice.
We can criticise Lennox as much as we, and it was a bad night for him. But the bottom line is, he's a good man, he's a good champion, and he will not want to go out like that. He
but
will
Colin, has he not got more
cheering as opposed to booing?
Has he not got more to lose than to gain at this stage compared to the other top heavyweights of previous eras? By continuing,
he would have. Oh, of course he has. He should have retired, as I said, after Tyson last year. But can you imagine him fighting Roy Jones and losing to Roy Jones? He would be ridiculed.
It would be horrible. He'd look horrible against Jones.
Everything,
but can I make the point that you made? This cut, that, you know, we're not doctors, but from our experience in boxing, that was horrendous cut. It's going to take 6 months to heal properly, but he won't be able to spar once it's healed. No. It will be probably 9 months before, as Barry said, before he could fight again, which takes you well into next year. And is Lewis going to hang around for that?
Well, we'll find out with great interest. Of course, the World Heavyweight title fight is not likely to be forgotten by any of us who witnessed it. But on the undercard, a couple of bouts intended to raise the profile of women's boxing. And they did much for the standing of their sport.
Bakın ilk rounda baktığımızda hiçbir pozisyon bile yok.
Sadece biraz daha Jennings'in maça nasıl yaklaşacağı hakkında bilgi sahibi olduk.
Vites yükselttiği bir round oldu Koray.
Ben de katkıda bulunmak istiyorum bu düşüncene. Cesaretin artıracağı bir round olduğunu düşünüyorum bu roundun Brian Jennings adına.
So for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! Fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black with gray, official weight 111 kilograms. His professional record, 36 victories, including 24 knockouts, with only 2 defeats. From Washington, D.C., USA, the IBF #1 ranked challenger in the world, Tony the Tiger Thompson. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing red with gold, officially weighing 113 kilograms. This Olympic gold medal champion now has a professional record consisting of 57 victories, including 50 knockouts, with 3 defeats. Fighting out of Hamburg, Germany, and his home Kiev, Ukraine, the 3-time world champion and reigning, defending IBF, IBO, WBA, WBO heavyweight champion of the world, Dr. Steel Hammer, Wladimir Klitschko.
Your low goes the kidney punches. On my command to break, I want you to take a full step back to hands up. Protect yourself at all times. In case of a knockdown, I'll send you to the furthest neutral corner. Remain there till I send for you. Good luck, man.
Seconds out, please. Ring 5. Runde 1.
Es ist die 12. Titelverteidigung für Wladimir Klitschko. Und der hat vor dem Kampf gesagt, wenn man sich einen Gegner aussuchen darf, dann macht man eigentlich einen großen Bogen um so Typen wie Tony Thompson. Aber der hat sich nach vorne geboxt in der Rangliste der IBF, der International Boxing Federation. Das war Position 2. Es kam dann nicht mehr zum Ausscheidungskampf um die Nummer 1 Position. Aber er ist der höchste verfügbare Herausforderer und es steht eben die Pflichttitelverteidigung an. So kommt es also zu diesem Rematch. Ja, es ist immer nicht ganz einfach gegen einen Rechtsausleger, denn die beste Waffe von Wladimir Klitschko ist die Fürhand. Der schnelle Jab, die gute linke Gerade, und die wird von einem Rechtsausleger leichter geblockt als von einem Boxer in der Normalauslage. Also könnte es passieren, dass sich Klitschko seiner wichtigsten Waffe beraubt sieht. Deswegen gibt es dann die Ersatzhandlung mit dem linken Haken vorzubereiten, dann die rechte Gerade hinterher. So wie hier der Versuch, auch wenn es ohne die Vorarbeit ging. Bei Thompson hängt die Deckung tief. Auch bei Klitschko einigermaßen offenes Haus. Gut, wieder die rechte. Und was daran besonders gut aussah, ist, dass er sie nicht zum Kopf geschlagen hat, sondern so ein bisschen mehr in Richtung des Brustbeins, also tiefer. Mit der Hoffnung, da überhaupt durchzukommen, sich erstmal den Gegner hinzustellen, hier die Distanz zu finden. Und genau zu tasten, wo muss denn dann die rechte rein, wo soll es denn hingehen? Sehr aggressiv, guter Konter von Thompson. Ja, sieht man, auch das ist schon bekannt. Man kommt sich natürlich immer mit dem vorderen Fuß ein bisschen in die Quere. Wer außen steht, steht in der deutlich besseren Position. Das war zuletzt in den Szenen, die wir hier beobachten konnten, immer der Weltmeister Wladimir Klitschko. Ja, zu langsam. Die letzten Sekunden dieser Eröffnungsrunde. Ein bisschen abtasten, aber gute Arbeit schon vom Weltmeister. Und er wird diesen ersten Durchgang auch gewonnen haben.
The jab over, the jab. The jab.
Bring den Jab, das sagt Emmanuel Stewart, der heute Geburtstag hat, 68 Jahre wird. Wenn du hier aufs Tempo trittst, dann kannst du den Kampf sehr schnell beenden, mehr mit der Fürhand arbeiten und weiter so aggressiv hinterhergehen. Also dem Cheftrainer gefällt das, was er da sieht. Und in der Ecke von Tony Thompson klang das etwas anders. Barry Hunter, der Cheftrainer, nimmt die Fäuste hoch. Er ist so viel schneller als beim ersten Mal. Du musst dich besser verteidigen. Da kam die rechte. Unser Barry Hunter, guter Trainer auch, hat einen anderen Weltmeister in seinem Stall, Raymond Peterson. Trainiert im Headbangers Gym in Washington. Und so eine rechte, die da so durchkommt und den Kopf nach hinten schlackern lässt. Das ist so ein Headbanger-Schlag. Aber er hat ihn kassiert und er hat ihn nicht abgefeuert. Thompson hat er gerade die Deckung etwas höher. Also ist da der Anweisung seines Trainers gefolgt. Ja, hier, das ist zu langsam mit solchen Aktionen. Da kann man Klitschko nicht gefährlich werden. Nur zu Boden gedrückt, weggerutscht. Da wird der Ringrichter Sam Williams nicht anzählen. Es ist die Beweglichkeit von Klitschko, die dem Herausforderer so große Schwierigkeiten bereitet. Der braucht einen Gegner, der statischer ist, der mehr vor ihm steht, der abwartet und der dann sich eben von diesen Schlägen auch treffen lässt. Klitschko mit zu großer Präzision. Und wenn Sie aufgepasst haben beim Walk-In, dann haben Sie es noch im Hinterkopf. Zu welchem Lied läuft Wladimir Klitschko bei seinen Kämpfen ein? Unser Gewinnspiel, war das Can't Stop oder war das die Schweizer Hymne? Anrufen und mitmachen. Die rechte kommt durch. Mitmachen auch eine gute Anweisung an Tony Thompson. Also 0, 1379, 30, 30, 30. Oder schauen Sie auf der Textseite 299 nach 10.000 € und eine Jahresmitgliedschaft bei McFit. Das steht da auf dem Spiel. Und hier geht es um noch viel mehr. Ein sehr konzentrierter Klitschko, der etwas mehr zur Sache geht, als er das in vielen seiner vergangenen Kämpfe manchmal gezeigt hat. Gegen Gegner, die gefährlich waren. Guter Treffer, zählte an Sam Williams, jawohl. Was schaut er da? Weiß nicht so genau, was er machen will, oder doch? Was sagt er? Kein Niederschlag. Ende der Runde.
Let's work.
Seconds out, please. Ring fight, Runde 3, Round 3.
Wir haben es gerade noch mal kurz sehen können. Also da war ein Schlag vorher im Ziel. Und man hätte auch auf Schlagwirkung entscheiden können und anzählen können. Sam Williams, der Ringrichter, hat sich dagegen entschieden. Aber diesen Schlag hat Thompson auf jeden Fall gespürt. Ja, mehr mit der Fürhand arbeiten. Das wurde in beiden Ecken gesagt. Thompson soll Klitschko beschäftigen. Soll ihm gar nicht die Möglichkeit geben, locker durchzuschlagen, locker durchzukommen. Ja, wenn er so Maß nehmen kann und dann noch ein bisschen den Oberkörper mit nach vorne nimmt, dann kann es ganz gefährlich werden. schon viele weiße Punkte auf der Hose von Wladimir Klitschko. Das sind Namen, da konnte man sich an einer Aktion beteiligen. Insgesamt 10.000 Namen stehen jetzt also auf der Hose. Fans, die Klitschko bei diesem 21. WM-Fight somit also moralisch unterstützen. Ja gut, vorne gehend von Thompson. Er muss mehr machen, er muss in die Aktion gehen und auch in solchen Situationen vielleicht noch mehr arbeiten, wenn er dran steht an Klitschko. Das sind die Momente, die er nutzen muss. Sonst ist das einfach zu schnell, was der Weltmeister da vorträgt. Aufpassen. Da war der Ringrichter auf dem Weg, um zu trennen. Und es kam noch so ein leichter Schlag von Thompson. Schön, gut zum Körper. Klasse, mit viel Wucht die Rechte. Das ist die große Gefahr, wenn man mit dem linken Haken in den Mann geht. Wenn man dann nämlich vorbeischlägt, so wie es Wladimir Klitschko hier gerade gemacht hat, dann ist man selber offen für den möglichen Konter. Aber er will das Risiko gehen, um dann selber seine Rechte runterzubringen. Es bleibt also richtig spannend. Bleibt in der Ringmitte. Barry Hunter sagte das zu Tony Thompson. Du musst an dich glauben. Dann hat er dreimal nachgefragt, ehe Tony Thompson sagte, ja, ich glaube an mich. I believe. Das wäre ein Anfang. Klitschko in der letzten Runde ein bisschen weniger die Vorhand geschlagen. Das soll jetzt wieder mehr werden. Es passiert was im Ring. Ein Gegner, der zurückschlägt. Das hatten wir im letzten Kampf mit dem Franzosen Jean-Marc Mormec nun wirklich nicht. Klitschko, da war die Anweisung, schlag häufiger die Führungshand, damit er dann deine Rechte nicht so leicht kommen sieht. Und mehr schlagen, mehr Aktionen. Auch das Credo für die Arbeit hier von Thompson. Der auch im ersten Kampf viel geschlagen hat, der eine gute Schlagstatistik aufwies am Ende. Aber die härteren Treffer kamen von Klitschko, die größere Präzision. Ebenfalls bei Klitschko. Und das hat nicht nur zum vorzeitigen Sieg im ersten Duell geführt, er lag dann auch deutlich nach Punkten vorne. Hier läuft es ähnlich. Zweite Runde, dritte Runde, Klitschkos Runden. Die erste, vielleicht die knappste für Klitschko. Kann man die unentschieden geben? Möglicherweise ja. Aber dennoch liegt dann Tony Thompson hier weit hinten. Und diese Treffer tun dann ihr Übriges. Gute Aktion von Klitschko. Hier geht es also um den großen Preis im Schwergewicht. Morgen geht es um den großen Preis von Großbritannien. Ab 12:45 Uhr. Bei uns hier bei RTL Rennstart um 14 Uhr. Und Sie haben es vorhin gehört oder mitverfolgt. Vettel auf 4, Schumacher auf der dritten Position. Also das wird morgen auch spannend. Vitali Klitschko, der auch sagt Jab, Jab, Jab. Aber er bleibt da stehen, das macht er gut. Gefällt mir, was Wladimir Klitschko macht. Er verlagert nur das Gewicht nach hinten, um dann wieder ganz schnell dran zu sein. Aber auch gute Aktionen von Thompson. Fünfte Runde in dieser Runde. Für diese Runde hat Emanuel Stewart, Klitschko und Trainer, das Ende angekündigt oder erhofft. Kleine Cut-Verletzung bei Tony Thompson. Der Trainer von ihm greift schon in die tiefe Motivationskiste. Das hier sind die wichtigen Minuten. Junge, du musst jetzt alles abrufen. Klitschko boxt für seine Verhältnisse offensiv, aggressiv. Der geht nicht weit zurück, der bleibt immer dran in dieser nahen Distanz. In der Halbdistanz, wo er versuchen kann, Schläge zu landen. Das ist eigentlich der Kampfstil, auf den sich Tony Thompson gefreut hatte, weil das seine Chancen erhöht, selber durchzukommen. Aber er muss diese Chancen dann auch nutzen. Und Klitschko will sich eben hier nicht den Vorwurf machen lassen müssen, dass er zu nachlässig geboxt hat. Hier sieht man schön, wie Thompson auf den Füßen steht von Klitschko. Da kann er dann mal gar nicht weg. Aber das sind dann, wenn man das als Trick versucht, natürlich die Momente, wo man nach vorne gehen muss, wenn der Gegner nicht weglaufen kann, weil der Fuß da am Boden festgetackert ist. Ja, die rechte mal am Kopf. Thompson trifft Klitschko, aber kann man das Schlag nennen? Das war so ein geschobener Handschuh. Das sind Schläge. Diese Schnelligkeit. Und der geht da hinterher, Deckung tief, will ihn sich stellen. Und das ist Barry Hunter. Mach was, jetzt mach was, bleib dran. Aber das ist insgesamt zu wenig. Einzelaktionen von Tony Thompson. Der müsste mal wirklich sein Herz in beide Handschuhe packen und nach vorne marschieren. Nicht nur ein, zwei Schläge, nicht nur so einen halben Schritt nach vorne, sondern durchmarschieren durch Klitschko. Stattdessen kassiert er wieder so einen guten Treffer. Und hier die rechte voll ans Kinn. Volltreffer von Klitschko und das kann das Ende sein. Sam Williams kniet vor ihm. Wow, kommt der noch mal hoch? Wir sind bei 8. Oh, noch 24 Sekunden. Kann er da noch in die Pause kommen? Noch ein Volltreffer und der Kampf ist vorbei. Was für ein harter Hammer von Klitschko, mein lieber Mann. Diese rechte. Absolute Weltklasse. Na, jetzt hält er ins Klammert. Natürlich, der will irgendwie in die Pause kommen. Der braucht die Minute. Mindestens die.
You got me? You brought him here to see this. Let's go.
Und hier nochmal der Blick, diese rechte. Wow. Bester Treffer, klarer Treffer von Klitschko. Und wir reden wieder über Trickkiste der psychologischen Art Teil 2. Barry Hunter, du hast deine Kinder hier mit dabei. Die schauen das an, sagt er zum Herausforderer. Jetzt zeig ihnen was. Die wollen nicht miterleben, wie du hier so untergehst. Die Frau ist mit dabei, Sydney, 3 Kinder, 7 Kinder hat er insgesamt. Er braucht das Geld. Schon im ersten Kampf hat er gesagt, dieser Kampf kommt genau zur richtigen Zeit. In seinem Haus fiel die Klimaanlage aus, da musste viel erneuert werden. Konnte den Scheck sehr, sehr gut gebrauchen. Auch jetzt hört man, da warten schon einige Menschen in Washington auf ein paar Überweisungen von Tony Thompson. Das soll für dieses Duell ungefähr 1 Million US-Dollar liegen. Und große Zahltage gibt es wohl nur noch, wenn man hier siegreich wäre. Er muss schlagen. Was er hier macht, ist nur, dass er versucht, die Niederlage rauszuzögern. Er steht am Ringseil. Er lässt sich in die Ecken stellen. Wie war das? Mehr Fürhände, mehr von der Ringmitte ausboxen, weggehen, sich nicht hinstellen, da wo Klitschko problemlos hinschlagen kann. Und immer wieder kommt die Fürhand von Wladimir Klitschko. Ich werde alles dafür tun, dass Tony Thompson K.O. geht. Und das sieht man und das spürt man. Wieder die rechte. Und da war sie etwas zu hoch. Und deswegen war es kein Volltreffer. Aber er ist hier der absolute Chef im Ring. Nicht zu stoppen. So sieht es im Moment aus. Und er kann sich auch noch die Zeit nehmen. Haben Sie das gesehen? Der kann da richtig stehen. Der kann warten. Der kann noch mal genau gucken. Thompson bewegt sich nicht. Der bewegt sich nicht mal weg. Der steht da. Da ist es manchmal schwieriger, einen Sandsack zu treffen, als das, was der hier zum Teil am Seil abruft. Dann geht er wieder weg. Hier steht er wieder. Und nochmal kommt die rechte und die linke. Und wenn er dann zumindest zurückschlagen würde, dann könnte man ja vielleicht noch eine Taktik attestieren. Aber da liegt er wieder wie im ersten Kampf auf seinem Arm. Wir sind bei 5. Was macht die Ecke? Sucht da jemand schon das Handtuch? Nein. Wir sind bei 7. 9. 10. Na, kannst du? Willst du? Nein, der kann ja gar nicht stehen. Der kann nicht mal das Seil loslassen. Der Mann ist stehen K.O. So sieht das aus. Und eben gerade lag er noch da. Der Tony Thompson. Der so viel wollte, so wenig davon abgerufen hat. Ein klarer, ein guter K.O.-Erfolg für Wladimir Klitschko. Der 51. gegen sowas wie einen Angstgegner. Und den hat er hier systematisch kontrolliert. Und er ist auch dahin gegangen, wo es theoretisch hätte wehtun können. Also das war einer der aggressiveren, souveräneren Fights von Klitschko. Man kann ihm ab und zu vorwerfen, auch zu Recht, dass er ein bisschen zu zurückhaltend kämpft gegen Gegner, die Gefahr auf der Hose stehen haben. Aber hier ist er mitten reingegangen. Und während Tony Thompson auf das Wunder von Bern hoffte, war am Ende eher so die Flunder von Bern, wie er da lag. Und vorher darauf gewartet hat, dass die rechte noch mal einschlägt. Hier, die rechte, dann der linke Haken und irgendwie ein Gewühle. Und dann noch ein Schlag auf die Schläfe. Und da hat er mehr oder weniger darauf gewartet, dass da noch was kommt, dass er umfallen kann. Der hat vorher schon gemerkt, das wird nichts mehr. Hier, linker Haken, dann noch mal aus der Szene. Und dann kuschelt er sich da in die neutrale Ecke, Tony Thompson. Und der war nicht wieder klar. Der hätte nicht nochmal sich zum Kampf stellen können. Dann gute Entscheidung von Sam Williams. Hier das ganze Team von Klitschko, die sich schon gefreut haben. Das waren also schon diese 15 Sekunden, von denen Klitschko gesprochen hat, kurz nach dem Sieg, dieses große Glücksgefühl. Aber es kommen, glaube ich, noch ein paar kleine Glücksgefühle gleich bei der Urteilsverkündung. Wir machen vorher eine kurze Pause, sind gleich wieder hier in Bern.